Just auto start. You asshole. You're an asshole, YouTube. Alright, let me start this over. Hey YouTube, how you doing? I just started my stream even though we were talking for a solid like 2 minutes. Welcome, if you're watching this, if you're seeing this, welcome to the art stream. This is one of my this tier content. So if you subscribe to this tier and you're watching this, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have myself a little bit of a inspiration here. But basically tonight we're gonna be working on the Metal Gear Solid 4 thumbnail. And this is your way of basically seeing me, how I do it, how I go about making it. If you're ever interested in doing your own content, your own thumbnails, maybe you get some ideas off of me. But yeah, pretty much I have to make a Metal Gear Solid 4 thumbnail because in the month of November, whenever I make that fucking Patreon tier that this releases, we're gonna be playing all the Metal Gears. I gotta make a Metal Gear Solid 4, a Metal Gear Solid 5, and a Peace Walker one. But today we're only working on the Metal Gear Solid 4 one. So, woo! I forgot how much talking and yapping makes me tired. But yeah, we're gonna be listening to some other stuff too. I have some videos for you guys. But first, let me just set up myself here so you guys can actually see what the fuck is going on my screen. That is going to be for later. Which, you know what? Let me actually turn on my multi-screen here so I see what's up. Not that there's anyone in chat. I don't think that anyone's coming. They shouldn't be able to. I don't see. Damn it. Bear with me, guys. I'm so sad up here. That's better. Keep changes. Okay. Hold on. Okay, cool. Let's go here. Let's go here. Whoa, what's going on here? Frame lag? Reset that. Let's see if we're still lagging in a minute. I'm just trying to set up a message. Shut the fuck up, bro. Oh, it's a good song, man. I like this song. Wait, if I like this song, I should like it then. I do? No, I don't. I don't like it yet. Let's see. Why not? Let's cue this up. Why not? Let's vary up the content that we watch a little bit. Oh, this looks crazy, bro. But I'm not interested. I feel like I don't want to spoil it for myself. This guy's really showing up on my goddamn timeline and it's making me mad. Fucking stupid minerals. Huh? Huh? Damn, that's a sick solo they're playing right now, or a sick guitar riff. Okay, you know what? Stop being an idiot, Marshall. Just fucking search it. I'm gonna search this to listen to. This was 11 hours ago? Yeah, it was 11 hours ago. Okay. I'll get that going. I need to finish a video as well, so hold on. Hi chat replay. I don't care about chat replay right now. And then this guy. Okay, now I gotta get you guys to see my screen here. Wait, let me do this. It's probably the smarter idea. Window capture. That's not the right one. Web browser. No. What if I did this actually? Can I do Photoshop through here? I think I can. Did it work? I don't know if it's working. Alright, hold on. I got an idea. Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, no, get display 2. There we go. We're good now, boys. See, I'm a genius. Alright, this is my window. This is my fucking, you know, little desktop fucking work desk. This is what I've been doing recently, project-wise. Usually you just do these two. These are very frequent ones. These are just other things I worked on to crop to make these. But this is just for casually FC. I have to print this, actually. Shit. Okay, Google. Remind me tomorrow at 5 o'clock p.m. to print out the signs for the studio.
Got it. I'll remind you tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Sweet. I need a reminder to do that because I forget a lot of the time. I mean, while I'm here, let me show you kind of how I run the Casually FC thumbnails. It's pretty quick. Pretty much all I do for thumbnails is, at least for Casually FC, because everything needs to be like a certain format and it's not constantly a new thumbnail for a new episode or something like that. I just make a template. My template being all of this, right? And if you don't already know, Photoshop works in layers. Pretty much, this is my whole template, and all I pretty much do is I replace one photo. And what's cool about this version of Photoshop is that if you go over here on top of this link, right, you right click, you can just say replace content, and you can pick another photo and it automatically replaces it for you, and you just readjust it. I think it's a more organized way and a more efficient way than deleting it, getting it back into Photoshop, dragging it over and dragging it where it has to be. It's just less work. You already have it in place and you just expand it from there. But anyways, I'm going to turn this layer off because we're not going to need it yet. And then all I have to do is everything is set in text groups already. I go to my text tool. I pick what the hell I'm going to pick. Now, I don't remember if it's a home and away game, so I have to search this up real quick. Oh, I had this thing open already. Also, let me queue this up, and let me just get it going already. Oops. Oops. Okay. I mean, while I'm here, hold on. Let me just see something. Let me queue up a few more other things, too. Because I've been really into... I don't know if you guys are aware or know who this guy is, but I'm really into Destiny lately. I'm subscribed, right? Yeah, I'm subscribed. I don't know what it is about internet streamer drama and just Destiny in general. It's really fascinating stuff. Like I'm really into Destiny lately, and yeah, it might be a problem, low key, but you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll deal with it when I deal with it. For now, it's my escapism, right? But I don't think I'm going to watch all of this shit. I don't expect to be working on this for more than... I'm going to try to aim for an hour, right? We have everything ready, but I'm going to try to aim for an hour of working on this shit. And hopefully I'm done well before that. But yeah, I'm going to try to get to work on thumbnails in an hour or less, right? And then eventually... Well, I usually do less than an hour for a thumbnail. But this is a new thumbnail, so I'm going to give myself the hour, and then we'll see how quickly I can get it done. But I also, while showing you guys, and I mean just the Metal Gear Solid thumbnail, not this other shit. While I'm doing that too, I would like to see if I have one done already. If not, I'll just do it like from scratch, right? So let's go over here real quick. Let me pick this over here. I'm going to put it on this last chapter. And I'm going to turn off this music for now. You gonna play, bro?
You know what? If Alba tells me I'm wrong right now.
There we go. And then let me
wrong right now, I'll shut up. Alba, am I wrong?
Yeah, you absolutely wrong, bro.
What the f? Okay. Why? Okay.
Hold on.
Alba, tell me why I'm wrong. Why am I wrong? Why am I wrong?
I agree with the sentiment and the idea and the feeling like of voting doesn't matter and the system's kind of broken. I just think your arguments are just kind of off base. I do agree with some of the sentiment in regards to like there's different ways in which you can exert political pressure without just having to vote. I don't agree with Destiny. That's the only thing that matters. I really reject that notion. But I do agree with Destiny. That's probably the more powerful one in regards to actually making that kind of systemic change.
What? Where's my soundboard? Oh, it's right here.
I mean, mere Destiny.
Yeah. I mean, I actually be honest. I'm just based off the arguments that were made. Still not compelling me to vote.
Who do you think's winning right now?
Well, it's not a matter of winning. Who cares?
It is. It does matter, bro.
Everything's about winning.
We're at fucking war right now. Because apparently I'm really important. You know, I'm a dumbass. You know what? Chat. I'm a 21-year-old fucking buck stud out here. Like, how long you been debating Destiny?
Dude, I never said you're
Wait. Hold on. Destiny, how long have you been debating?
How long have I been debating? What?
How long have you been debating?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 6 years, 7 years.
6 years. Chat, I am 21 years old.
Facts.
Beating Destiny with pure facts, analysis, and data.
Okay.
You cannot.
Hold on. You just trolling now.
No, bro. But like, bro.
All right, here we go. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Destiny and shit. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna
like, bro. I'm saying
scroll out here so you guys can see the work.
We agree to an extent on certain things, you know. I find, you know what? Since I guess I'm not gonna.
Actually, you know what? So that you guys can see better too, I'm gonna go ahead and go over here. There we go.
Okay. And I also lean a little right. I feel like for the most part I lean a little left. You know, I believe in the
and I'll say we'll move this
I'm in the same boat as y'all.
Up here.
So listen, I believe in that stuff, but I'm being real in saying when you just wait around for shit and you're like, okay, we're gonna vote and we're gonna make this happen.
Up here. Fuck it.
Around,
we're doing it live, bitches.
You don't have to only vote. You can do other forms of activism as well.
No, bro, you're not doing other stuff though.
Don't.
All you're doing is just getting.
Dude, you got it. Dude, stop. Dude, stop.
That's all you're doing.
Hold on. That's not true. Okay, I've made huge investments into the fucking runoff elections in fucking Georgia, which is
elections. Voting is all the same.
That's not the. But I also talk about and put out my values.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Day. What the fuck do you want me to do? Is it only your form of activism that matters? Activism, not Activision.
Your form of Activision. Let's go.
I like seeing people boots on the ground getting shit done.
Okay, what are you doing, boots on the ground?
Okay. Anyways, guys, let's get to work. So.
Donate to a homeless person.
I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna cap. I mean, I do donate. I'm not gonna tell how much because that's none of y'all business.
Donating is boots on the ground to you.
In this sense, I don't do shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't do anything. I'm
okay. Here we go. So, I've been into Destiny, so bear with me while we play that. Just entertainment for you guys while I work on this. But anyways,
and that's fine. And listen,
this is my template.
But don't be out here saying shit like I support women or some shit.
I got an idea. I'll pause and explain while I'm doing it. That way you guys actually get the tutorial aspect of this. Anyways, sorry if you were entertained and watching this shit. I just want to explain something real quick. So anyways, this is my template, right? And all I do in this template is I change the name, the thing, whether it's home or away, which I should do that real quick. Give me 1 second. Chelsea, are you home or away? Chelsea are away in the EFL Cup. Okay, now one thing else I have to do, EFL Cup. I have to do something with this logo actually. So I have a little bit of work to do, but we'll get everything done. We'll get everything done tonight. I hear a buzzing. What is that? Hold on. It's bugging me the fuck out. Alright, it's coming from OBS. I wonder what though. Shit. Sorry guys, I didn't want to turn this into a troubleshooting fucking stream. Is it my mic? What is that? I'm able to hear noise, so give me one quick second. Right here. That's what I was looking for. Monitor off, monitor off. Is it this? How do I mute? I can't mute on this, can I? Kind of annoying. Monitor and output, 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 monitor off. Nope. Monitor and output, put that back where it was. Interesting. This seems off. Paste. Monitor and output, monitor and output. The monitor means I can hear it through here. Monitor and output. Huh. What is making that noise? Or is it just OBS? Yeah, I just monitor and output everything that's monitor and output or monitor off. But alright, whatever. Whatever, boys. Okay, I just need this logo. Pretty much. No. English. No. No, 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 no. I need the Carabao Cup. But wait. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. EFL Cup. Oh, I needed that. Oof. Very much good so. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna ignore it for now. Images. I guess that is the logo. It's all I see. New perspective in all my life. Try to get you this time. Trying to find which logo to use, guys. I don't know if I should be using this or the whole thing, Carabao Cup. But if I do the whole thing, it's gonna be. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing the whole thing. We'll make it work. Save image. So usually, like I save an image. I usually put it in one particular folder. That way, it's all in one spot. I try to be as organized as possible with this shit. That didn't work out. I don't want the whole thing. I just want the logo. Fuck. Alright, just give me this shit. Whatever. Hold on. EFL Cup. EFL Cup. Give me EFL Cup. Yeah. Yeah, give me that shit. So yeah, we take this shit. We put it in our folder that has all our shit already, which you guys can't see. Yeah, we put that in that folder. Now we have one folder that we go to for everything, right? And it loaded up here, but that's the logo that we're going to use. And yeah, so now we know Man City is home and Chelsea are away, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that, right? And then I have to set up a background. So let's go ahead and play this while I do that.
You don't give a fuck. Or when you say like, or when you say I support, when you say, wait, don't scream at me. Hold on. Just say.
Jadian, you gotta let him finish.
Yeah, just let me finish. Yeah, I just wanted so like when you talk about like your community and shit, just be clear. Be like, I don't give a fuck what happens to my community. I got mine. Fuck them. Just be honest about it. And be like, okay, that's cool. I can respect that. I can respect that.
But that's not true though.
That is true. You don't give a fuck. But that's cool. That's fine.
Wait, tell me why I don't give a fuck. Can you please tell me why?
Because you don't vote.
Because you haven't put any.
Wait, Abba. Okay, tell me.
Because you haven't put any effort whatsoever into figuring out like what the fuck is going on in your community or what needs to be voted for.
So you know what?
Hopefully this is the score tomorrow.
All I need to do to give a fuck is I can go vote tomorrow.
Or tell your audience to vote. Have some values and put them out there.
You know what?
So you know what? She just said, you know what? The other thing I want to explain to you guys is that when I do text like this, like that, like this rather, like that, I make them separate. Just cause, Jesus Christ, I gotta get a new keyboard. Just cause, it makes it easier to manage it, and it makes it easier for everything to look even and in place. There'll probably be a better way to do it. I don't know it, but yeah, that's why I do that. So now I'm gonna bring in the logo that we just downloaded into Photoshop, and all you have to do for that is you drag and drop it. Make sure when you drag and drop it though, you drag and drop it into the layers, unless you want to work on it as a separate thing, and then once the thing that you worked on is done and you want to drag and drop the finished product, then you can drag and drop it along the sides here, and it'll open a new window. And when you open that window, you can work on it like a separate project, its own thing, and then when you're done with the finished product, you drag the image to the top here, you click and drag it back to the original project, and then you dump it in there, and then you just organize it from there. But right now we're just going to quickly drag and drop Photoshop. I gotta organize the rest of that. It's not organized. These are all the thumbnails I've done. So I just go to my reference, my folder where I know it is. I have it set up by recent. And then we just drag and drop it into Photoshop, like so. It'll pop up in one of these groups. I have to get it out of this group though. So yeah, I'm basically gonna put it right here actually. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna... Let's see what it looks like without any... This is the part where we just experiment with like layer effects. This tab here. When you click on the layer and then every layer has one of these, and then I like to play around with it to see how much work I have to do really. Sometimes it's as simple as not doing anything. For example, I have saturation placed on this layer, which this layer is this logo in the back, and I put that on for the Champions League thumbnails, so you know it's a Champions League bout. But I'm trying to do the same thing, but with the EFL Cup. So we might need to delete some of this white, which I'll show you guys how to do it. But if we don't have to, that's why I do the layers thing, because sometimes it just does it for me. So we'll experiment with that, and while I'm experimenting with these layers one at a time, let's continue playing this video.
I guess since I have more followers than you, me putting on my story, yo, go vote for Beto, is more than you've ever done.
It could be. Yeah, true. It could be. And that's Gideon. You're right. Gideon.
You out here doing 10-hour streams a day. All I need to do is post one story and then post one tweet.
Yes.
And yeah,
I don't disagree with you. That's why I'm so upset.
So I'm gonna release the clipping mask so it doesn't get in the way of this logo. The clipping mask makes it so that it works with the art layer you're doing.
All I need to do is post some bullshit.
Welcome to being a celebrity. That's
stupid.
That's your life. You are an e-celeb. Yes. That's why people pay you $30,000 to advertise a product for 4 minutes.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yes. Why do you think we get paid money to do it? That's why YouTube AdSense pays you.
Oh, it's because Tab.
It's because people do shit that you tell them to do. You can't sit here and collect all the fucking money from your fame and have none of the fucking responsibility. If you don't want it, that's fine, but just be honest about it. Don't be out here pretending like you fucking care while you're collecting fucking money hand over foot for being famous, but you don't want to take any of the responsibility for being famous. That's bullshit. That's Max Cab.
that means Kim Kardashian and all of them have done way more than MLK because they post vote blue.
It's not more, but
I'm
there's
gonna
a lot of
pick
idiots.
another.
One of the things Ye is
I'm gonna
complaining
pick
about is
another
Kim Kardashian getting phone calls
logo.
from
I
the
just
Clintons
realized
and
I want the
getting
logo
vaccinated.
itself.
Yeah, obviously she's politically active.
So yeah, let's do that.
I love you, sir.
I just don't feel like you see how like surface level that is.
Who cares?
What you're saying is the surface level. I don't want to vote because it's boring and it sucks, and I think other activism is more important, and I don't do any. That's the surface, bro.
Okay, when the fuck did I ever say voting's boring? You see, you're
You just what you just
I
said.
never said that. I never said that. I've never even uttered the word boring.
Hey, you know what? In Jadion's defense, he didn't say it was boring. That was
Okay,
sneaky.
that is okay. My bad. I'm forgetting who I'm hearing sometimes.
You just
Rip.
Oh, Sneeko tried to join.
I'm not Sneeko.
I don't know if he's in my Discord
bro,
now,
that's
but
so surface level, bro. Oh, but is that not surface level as fuck?
If they're saying this stuff and people are actually going and engaging in this behavior, I don't think it's surface level. Like, if you told your fans to go help build a school or to go, build a bunch of care packages, I don't know why I keep saying.
You know what? No. We're not gonna find a logo. We're just gonna make it.
Like, you know what I mean?
So let's get back here and do this. All right, hold on. This is what we're gonna do.
Would you say that's substantial or no?
I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put some music while I talk over it because this is gonna be a lengthy one. Okay, so I'm gonna just chop that little part that I want out of where I have it. And I'm gonna do it in a really sloppy way because I just kind of want to do it quick. And then we're gonna use that. So, fuck. Okay, I'm fucking around with shit I shouldn't be fucking around with. Okay, let's. Is there a way to isolate this? There is. I know there is actually. Hold on. No. No. There you go. Yeah. I think this is the way. We'll see. We'll find out. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a circle. We'll be smarter about this. Elliptical marquee tool, right? I'm going to select this area. I'm going to hold Alt and Shift so that's a circle. It's selected. So I'm going to Control Shift I. Okay, Control Shift I means invert. It's going to select everything else outside of the area you selected. So, simple, right? And all I do is delete. And there's the logo that I need. So you know how I was telling you guys you get a different project? I might not actually have to do that because maybe I do? I don't know. Command D to unselect, or Control D. But I guess that smart object doesn't work like I thought it did. Create down layer bounds. Release clipping map, rasterize layer, convert to layers, convert to linked. Huh. I thought it already was a smart object. Alright, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make this easy on myself instead of figuring it out. I just drag and drop it. That's usually what I do. So I can delete this original one, right? I have my logo here. We're gonna make it a little bigger. So, select tool, Alt Shift, or I guess, I don't know what that would be on a Mac, to be honest, I'm sorry. We're not Mac users here. Okay, now let's see if I can get this to work. Because I might have to do more deleting, like deleting the white, just so I have the ball. But that's an easy thing to do too. So yeah, let's hold on. I'm gonna just hit the check mark so that it makes it less not pixelated. And let me play with the layers now. Or adjustment layers. I think, what are these called? I don't even know. The filters? Oh, blending modes. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Photoshop.
No, yeah, that's benefiting everyone.
Okay, so then if they're getting their people to go out and make these votes happen or go out and get these vaccines, and you'd also have to acquiesce to the fact that that's also.
But you're telling me that putting your political ideology on your social media is worth more than Mr. Beast's entire YouTube channel.
No, I wouldn't.
No. I'm asking Destiny. If I put Mr. Beast has never said anything political. So if I post on
There
my
we go.
story something political right now, saying go vote red or go vote blue or go vote fucking tangerine or whatever, I've done more than Mr. Beast's entire YouTube channel. Yes or no?
For if he has never talked about politics and encouraged people to get politically active, then sure. But I don't know what he's done to tell people to get people politically active.
So me posting on my story, go vote something, is doing more than what Mr. Beast has ever done.
For politics, if he doesn't tell people to do anything politically, yes.
I cannot
Gideon,
agree with
it
that.
does make a difference because, like, in 2018, I looked it up. Like, it says vote.org says they saw nearly 65,000 Americans ages 18 to 29 registered to vote in the roughly 24 hours after singer-songwriter Taylor Swift posted on social media encouraging fans to do it. It can make a difference.
I feel like the Mr. Beast example is kind of weird too, because you can argue, and this is like kind of out there, but certain of his like charitable acts can also have like ripple effects that can somehow like go back to politics. So for example, if he primes his audience to donate to causes that he champions or believes in, and those causes have to do with, let's say, income inequality, for a random example, that might also prime his audience to just be more giving and also donate eventually to political campaigns. So I feel like that's like a really weird example, because you can argue that Mr. Beast's effects have ripple effects when it comes to politics. It's not completely based somewhere random.
Okay, cool. So this is what we're gonna do. I think it's good enough.
Votes, honestly.
No. That's the thing. I don't care what Mr. Beast votes. Like I like that's the point I'm trying to make.
Wait, create clipping mask.
If he's fucking red or blue, it doesn't matter.
So it attaches to these, right? This group. This group is responsible for that. So what this does, is watch. Oh shit.
Oh, but if you vote though, oh man, you're a level above Mr. Beast. That's why
I never said any shit like that.
You literally just said if I posted on my story.
I said he would be more politically effective. Yeah, it doesn't mean you're.
No. That's cap. Destiny. You said if you don't vote, you don't fucking care.
If you wait, hold on. Yes, that's not saying the same thing as you're a better person if you post something in your story than Mr. Beast.
Well, I think people that care.
What do you mean? That's a totally different thing. If you don't vote for an issue that's
There's a totally different thing.
It's hard to say that you care about it. But just because you vote or don't vote doesn't mean you're better or worse than another person. There are a lot of things that make you a good or a bad person. Not caring about voting doesn't make you the worst person in the world.
No, but you were using it in the context of, like, if you want to get involved and get involved in these kinds of things, pretty much.
Shit, now I can't move this thing.
You care that you want to get
Okay, he's dragging it over. So you see, now that white thing is, now the thing is done. It's not there anymore.
But at the end of the day, the whole point of activism is to get people to vote.
Okay.
Activism without the voting is nothing. It's a virtue signal.
Okay, I'm not mad at that take.
Okay, I love you. I love you too, Gideon.
You can yell at me anytime, bro. You can call me dumb bitch too on stream because I got a bigger channel than you.
True.
I'll call you dumb bitch. Feel better.
Well,
I don't want to be an Abba Preach React video, okay?
I need you to drop an hour-long exposed video on Destiny for me.
Don't do it. You gotta do an expose on Gideon.
You've dropped 5 videos on Sneeko. I think it's time for Destiny.
Oh, you drank the Sneeko Kool-Aid.
He did. They're talking back. Sneeko's trying to call me. I told him to join the Discord, but he won't.
All you young niggas just get together.
Bro, you and Preach are the hood version of us, bro. Like, you guys represent. You guys are the hood.
Don't do that.
You and Playback, we need you.
Nah. You know what I'm gonna say though?
I can't represent the hood, bro. I'm not smart enough. I fuck with people. I don't.
Who's Playback? Why have I heard of Playback before?
Everybody in this fucking chat is over here taking me seriously and shit, bro. I'm a 21-year-old guy that fucking goes around just having fun around the world, man. Like I'm the last person to take seriously. I just like doing this stuff because I like albums.
No. Stop. I gotta push back there. Gideon, because you're young, you actually influence a tremendous amount of young folks all around the world. Now, you may not choose to, but the same way you big up Mr. Beast for the kind of influence that he has, you can have a similar...
There we go. I think this is good. Yeah, that looks a lot better now.
If you think that Mr. Beast is
move this up a little bit. But yeah, that way I know it's the Carabao Cup or whatever. Probably not going to use this thumbnail after tonight just because fucking... We might not even lose. We might not even win. But alright, we got some time now. 11:35. Let's see if we can make some progress here. So that's for tomorrow.
But don't lower yourself in that regards.
This guy, what is he eating? I want to know what Abba's eating.
I get into politics so heavily, and it's just like I haven't even experienced so much of life yet. You know what I mean? I feel like I need some more XP. Like I'm on fucking.
This guy said XP, yo. Alright. Let's figure out what's going on here. We're gonna get to the part where he talks to Johnny, because I just want to know the stupid shit Johnny says. I might get irritated, but... eh. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it works. That stream works. I just got into my own stream. Yeah, that works.
There you go,
Oh,
Lewis.
there he is. Yes, brother. What are you telling me, bro?
What's happening, geezer? Fuck's sake, bruv. I've fucking got so many passwords, bruv, to get into all this shit. I couldn't get in, bruv, but I got in now. Yeah, bruv. On your link, it says YouTube or Facebook, yeah? But I forgot my YouTube password, innit? I found it in the end anyway.
This guy's an idiot.
No worries, no worries. Right, so why didn't you let me on yesterday, bruv? I just wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah, but bruv, do you know what? Yeah, I couldn't be bothered because I know what your views are, bruv. That's why I couldn't be bothered for it, bruv.
This guy can't be bothered.
And I said that.
Content.
Yeah, but it's not about the content, bruv. I don't give a fuck about all that. What I'm
Oh,
saying,
shut the fuck up. Yeah, you do.
You've got your opinions, yeah, which I don't agree with, bruv. I just couldn't be bothered for it because you know what I think and I know what you think, yeah. But then I made it clear, bruv.
It's fair though.
Chelsea old boys on because I wanted some fucking level-headedness, bruv. Yeah.
Level-headed.
Yeah, but you can't call
Some
me
proper
on
minnows.
and then not bring me on.
Bruv, you know me and you, yeah, we're all good, yeah. We ain't got no fucking,
of course.
But the thing is, yeah, all right. The way it is, yeah. On that stream, I'll just fucking go for anyone. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's called the Minerals FC. That's what I do, bruv. I'm gonna call out Eunice as well, bruv. I don't know if I'll get round to it today, but he's gonna get fucking called out today and all. And your fella Matt, bruv. Your fella Matt, bruv. That fucking geezer on the other side of the planet, bruv. He's fucking from another planet, that geezer. Everyone's asking me to call him. I ain't calling that geezer out. I called him out already, man. He talks absolute shit, bruv. He's talking about Mason Mount being an embarrassment to Chelsea. He's the fucking biggest embarrassment to the fucking fans, bruv. Let's have it right.
Oh my god, he's so deluded.
No, it's not just about Mount, bruv. It's about the whole fucking club, bruv. It's about all the fucking shit.
What were you gonna get at him?
I mean, he's not wrong.
What were you gonna get at Eunice? What were you gonna get at Eunice for? Was it for the clips about Mason Mount? Yes or no?
No. I watched the whole stream, bruv. I watched the whole thing, but there's no context.
What stream?
What he says, bruv.
What do you mean?
He throws out all this shit, yeah, and it's all like, oh yeah, he's a lovely guy and all this shit. I get all that. I got nothing personal.
Last time on template.
Bruv, against anyone, yeah. I don't get personal. But where I'm gonna call him out is it's not just about man. It's also what he's talking about.
Let's see about this. Let's see if it's here.
The context of how we as a club are in this position.
I don't know about that, Johnny.
They're all waking up now and they're all wetting their pants because they think, Chelsea are fucking, they're on a massive deal. We've been on a decline since fucking Conte, bruv. It's always been like that. It's just that Tuchel,
not wrong either,
worked miracles and paved over all the cracks. And that's what he's done. And now we've got a Potter in who's less experienced, has never managed a club of Chelsea stature, which is the biggest club in London, the most elite club in London, yeah? A fucking huge
not wrong either.
And he's come in and he's not got that
Johnny, I hear what you're saying, but like when you went for my video, when you were going for Rory's video, and when you're talking about Eunice and you're talking about Matt, the only videos I've seen get clipped of them two was about Mason Mount. When you were talking about my video, the only players that you were bringing up were about Mount and Havertz. And this is the reason why they get brought up so much, because
generic live, maybe here. I'm just seeing if I have it already, so I don't have to do all this work. But there's a good chance I don't. I may have deleted it or written over it, which I need to not do.
This is where I get fucked off, yeah, because
fucked off, mate.
Players, specifically Mount and Kai, yeah, they come at those two players, but they want to disregard all the other fucking issues in the squad. Everything else, we'll forget about all that. Look, you cannot tell me, yeah.
See, okay. Here's the problem, Johnny. Which you're never going to see this video, but here's the problem with Johnny. What he's saying isn't wrong, right? There is a lot of holes within our team that need to be taken care of. And there's a lot to blame, right? But here's the problem with you, Johnny. It's the fact that, and I shouldn't be doing React right now, I should be working, but it's the fact that I don't think I have this fucking I'll check here too, but I don't think I have it. It's just the. Oh, I do. No, I don't. It's just the fact that he'll blame everything else, or get upset with everything else, but Mason Mount. I do have it. Wow, Mason Mount or Kai Havertz, and that right there lies the problem. If you also were fairly critical of Mason Mount and Havertz along with all the other players, like most other YouTube channels and such, then people would start taking you more seriously, and you wouldn't be a meme, and people wouldn't be so you wouldn't be so polarizing with figure within the Chelsea community. Because let's have it right, you are a very polarizing fucking figure. I just want to check what this is impact. Okay, so it's just impact font, Metal Gear Solid. You write it, and then what I did here to make this title. This is the last thing I did, by the way. I took a screenshot of the game and I put it as the background, which is what you have here. And then you put things on top of it, right? So we still got to make the main thing is to make the character. So I got to take this away. This is fine. This is, again, I always have that on. Woo! And you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to save this as a different name. I'm going to save this as Metal Gear Solid thumbnail template. MGS Live. Metal Gear Solid live thumbnail template. And reference work files, we'll save it here. That way I know what it is, and we're not going to do this thing again, right? So I have this all saved, right? And then I have, on top of everything, well, let's turn this off. Let's turn this off so I can work with that. I usually put the filters at the end. You guys will see how I work that later. But right here, this is essentially what I do. Is I put my face there and all that jazz. I put extra work to get rid of this shit. But yeah, this is all layered out. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we're not going to need it anymore. I am going to go ahead and fetch myself a background. So you guys watch this while I do that.
Attackers are shit. They said it under Potter now. They said it under Tuchel. They said it under Lampard. The same narrative. Why is that, bruv? Why is that? I'll tell you why it is. No, because there's no core in the team, bruv. There's no fucking balance in the team as a whole.
Isn't Mount meant to be the core of this team?
No,
yeah.
Bruv, he's part of the core. Of course, he's part of the core.
You literally say he's the glue of this team, and you're saying
yeah, you do. You do say that.
We're fucked, bruv. And we've seen countless.
That's not true.
But I'm telling you this, yeah. That when you talk about the core, you have to go from the goalkeeper, central defender, a midfielder, and then an attacker. We haven't got that spine, bruv. We've got a few pieces of that spine, but not the whole spine. So when you lot talk about us in the league, we ain't built for consistency. We haven't been built for consistency for fucking time. Like, it's clear as day. It's not like this is just arisen just now. And Rory Jennings, I'll call him out all day long, bruv. That guy's an absolute brown envelope merchant. The sport this guy comes out with is fucking disgraceful. He's an embarrassment to our fan base, bruv. Yeah? Calling Tuchel out, and now he's going, what's Potter doing, and all this shit. It's like, come on, bruv. Let's say it how it is, yeah?
Let me answer a message real quick.
On the planet. That's
he is.
Anybody has criticised Mount and Havertz and not said that the midfield hasn't been good enough. Not said the defence has been leaky this season.
Bruv, no one gives the same. Let's have it right. No one gives the same energy that they do to Mount and Havertz to any other player in this team, bruv.
Mount and Havertz.
This is that's another thing, Lewis. The rotation is killing us, bruv. How many changes is Potter making, man? 6 changes, 4 changes, 3 changes every game. Where are you supposed to get a foundation of a team to have consistency? That's how Tuchel did it, bruv. He played the same players because he trusted them and they delivered.
No, I don't think he did.
Until we got to this start of the season. But he knew, he called it out. He said, we're not ready for this season. And I knew it from pre-season. We weren't ready, bruv. We're so distracted.
Yeah, I mean, I said it too.
No identity. But you can't just point all these issues and point them at Mason Mount. It's fucking wrong, bruv. And that's where I come in.
Again. And that's where I come in. Actually, let me hear what he said. No.
I am never going to vote.
You're on a cloud right now. We lost the right. We lost the federally protected right to have an abortion because Trump was president. It's great that it doesn't affect you and you don't.
That's where he comes in.
And they delivered to a certain extent throughout until we got to this start of the season. But another thing, Lewis, the rotation is killing us.
Okay, let's see.
How many changes is Potter making?
Sorry about that, guys.
6 changes, 4 changes, 3 changes every game. Where are you supposed to get a foundation of a team to have consistency? That's how Tuchel did it, bruv. He played the same players because he trusted them, and they delivered to a certain extent throughout until we got to this start of the season. But he knew, he called it out. He said, we're not ready for this season. And I knew it from pre-season. We weren't ready, bruv. We're so disjointed as a team. We've got no identity. But you can't just point all these issues and point them at Mason Mount. It's fucking wrong, bruv. And that's where I come in. That's where I will not tolerate it. Because the ones that are single pointing at Mount, they're just attention seekers. They ain't been breastfed. Fuck knows what it is in their life, what they're going through. But they have to pigeonhole Mason Mount. And it's wrong. It's unacceptable. He's more proper Chelsea than fucking most of this fan base, bruv.
Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. I get where Johnny's coming from. But what he doesn't understand is that his method of defending Mount, and never criticizing him, by the way, never criticizing him, is feeding into more of the shit criticisms that people give him. And the same thing goes for Havertz. You need to have some semblance of reality based on your criticism. And I think you'll be a lot more respected. I like Mason Mount. Never mind, actually. I don't like Mason Mount anymore. I don't think he should be in the club anymore. Is he a bad player? No, he's not. Bakayoko was bad. Danny Drinkwater was bad. Mason Mount, he's not bad. So, yeah. That's what I'm getting at. There is unfair criticism of some of the players. I'll give him that. But he also never criticizes the players fairly. At all. Ever. Which is why it makes it a lot harder to tolerate him and really respect his opinions on anything to do with Chelsea.
What's that?
So you think Mount and Havertz have been playing well this season?
I wouldn't say they're playing. They're nowhere near playing to their full potential. No chance.
Okay.
No chance.
Wow. Based.
I'm not going to say that they are. But what I'm saying to you is they're too, especially Mount, it's too important. You cannot take him out the side. You take him out the side, bruv,
We had
you're
our
fucked.
best attacking game without Mount.
Oh, one fucking game. Well, why didn't he play it again and again and again and see the whole fucking situation happen again?
Yeah.
Why didn't he? I agree.
He should have.
Why didn't he?
Yeah, why didn't he? Because he's too fucking good, bruv. Too cool. Lampard,
So that's why we
Potter,
had our best
Southgate,
attacking
all
game
play.
without
Listen,
him.
they all play Mason Mount. Every single manager plays him. They know his value. They see what he gives. I don't even see training every day. They see it more than I do. And I know this kid's a baller. I
He
know he's a
goes and
fucking
watches
generational
training.
baller, yeah? There ain't no Mason Mount in world football. And I can give a fuck about your chat and what they think because they're all
And
Mount
has he
haters, the
been
majority of
playing
them, yeah?
generational this
But
season?
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, this kid, 173 games, same as Lampard. Lampard is the benchmark, the fucking greatest goal scoring midfielder of all time, bruv.
Yeah, and he's nowhere near him. You're just shameless about it.
Mason Mount, 2 years younger. You cannot tell me that he's not generational, and you cannot say Frank Lampard's not generational. But Lampard was playing a better team than fucking Mount is. Mount's playing the team of. We got listen, let's have it right, Lewis. We got players like fucking Kante who wants 300 grand. We got Jorginho now coming out. He wants 250, 60 grand. Right? You got listen. Let me
Don't listen to the brown envelopes.
Because this is important what I'm going to say, because it's come out from that toothpick team sheet merchant today, yeah, that there's disrest in the squad and that. We all fucking knew there's disrest. What do the owners expect when you're keeping players like fucking Pulisic and Ziyech, who's gone and posted on fucking Instagram, him
Maybe
scoring
they're
a goal for
unsettled.
Ajax against Chelsea,
Maybe
yeah? Let me
Pulisic
finish,
and
yeah?
Ziyech are
Let me
unsettled
finish,
because they
Lewis.
don't get any game
Let,
time
let,
on
let
the
me let me
Mountain
finish,
Abbott.
yeah, because this is very
Go on.
important what I'm going to say to you, yeah.
True.
All right, these players, all right, and Pulisic, what did he do? He fucking does stupid, writing books and novels and all that nonsense, digging at Tuchel and this and that because he wanted to leave, yeah.
Yeah,
and then
true.
You bring in Aubameyang. You bring in Aubameyang because we were the only club in for that fucking gooner, yeah. Because let's have it right, he's a gooner, yeah. Liking that post ain't sitting right with me. That ain't
I don't
fucking
agree
right.
with that.
Oh my
Right,
God.
that's fucking wrong, bruv. You don't do that, bruv. I get your mates with troops and all that. I had troops on my channel. Fair play, bruv. But you don't do that after losing. You don't, yeah. So fuck that, right? And he's on what? What's he on? 300 grand a week? More than that? He's on big money, all right? Then you got Sterling, who's come to Chelsea. Why has he come to Chelsea? All this rumours he was going to go Real Madrid. Fuck that. They ain't going to pay him 300 plus grand a week. So he's come to Chelsea. We've got too many mercenaries coming into our squad, yeah, with no fucking hunger or desire, no minerals whatsoever to play for Chelsea football.
Too many
Club, yeah?
mercenaries.
You've got to get leeway,
Okay,
but we're gonna
so
go and pinpoint.
he's pushing for more Cobham graduates, really? So you just want Lick Cobham to take over fucking Chelsea Football Club? Okay, fine, dude. Whatever. Yeah, you're deluded. I try to be reasonable and good faith with you, but now you're just fucking deluded now. This is ridiculous. You know it's not gonna work. They didn't work with Tammy. They didn't work with Tamori. And it's barely working with Mason Mount. So, no. Reece James is the only Academy product that actually does decently.
On Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. And then on top of that, the owners themselves have brought these players in knowing they should have got rid of Ziyech, should have got rid of Pulisic, should have got rid of other players.
They tried.
Tuchel didn't fucking well want, and back a manager that hasn't had the opportunity to build.
You think Tuchel didn't get back? Jesus Christ, man. This guy's so deluded. Alright, so I'm going to do the thing that I told you guys, is just replace the image. Go right-click here. Oh, shit. Right-click here.
On our football club, yeah, he's dealt with all that, and you still.
And then I'm going to select the image you just downloaded.
You bring in this gaffer who's walked in for 2 months, yeah, and I'm backing him all the way. He needs the time and the backing. But this fan base, they don't understand patience. They don't understand backing. They ain't even letting fucking players like Mason Mount and Kai Havertz develop, for fuck's sake. We're having to rely on Mason
It's also
Mount.
not really wrong, but
We're relying on Mason Mount. He's 23 years old. Let's have it right, yeah? He's only 23 years old. And where's our experienced players, bruv? Where are all the fucking big bollocks of all the 28, 29-year-olds in our side? Where are their minerals?
Not wrong either.
Football club. Why are we relying on our young players? And this is the questions you got to ask. Because it ain't Mason Mount.
But the problem is that he's part of the problem.
Fucking players that ain't even nowhere near his level, bruv. Nowhere near.
I don't know about that either.
He loses the ball more times than he fucking.
Bruv, you can go on about that, but I brought you up yesterday. Fabregas lost more pass completion rate, percentage rate than any other fucking player in our team, bruv.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
He tries to make things happen, bruv. I just did, bruv. I just did, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about
I
it.
just did, and that's it, bruv. It is what it is, bruv. He's got the highest percentage rate.
It's a shit comparison.
So go and check it, bruv. Go and check it. Go and check it and tell me about pass completion. What about before, when you were fucking grilling on Mason Mount all since the start of the season with and Kai Havertz and Mason Mount in particular, and he had the highest key passes out of any of our players, bruv. Miles clear, bruv, but no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about him, the way he balls out at fucking San Siro and wins man a match in 45 minutes. No one wants to talk about
Oh
the fact
my
that he's our
God.
fucking best chance creator. But where are we creating chance when our midfield is fucking piss poor, bruv? We got no balance in that midfield, and you win and lose games in midfield, and that's the bottom line, bruv. That's the bottom line.
The creative focus in that midfield,
bruv. You play through Mason Mount as Tuchel did, and you get the rewards, mate. You get the rewards.
You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. We haven't been doing that, have we, though? He's been invisible in games. Oh, my days, bro.
But they want to bring up Norwich. They want to bring up all these other lower league teams. All right, so when other players like Sterling and Aubameyang score against all the lower league teams, we're going to disregard it. Oh, we know you fucking well ain't, you hypocrites. You ain't disregarding it, bruv. You're going to blow their trumpets. But let's have it right. They're not fucking Chelsea level.
Sterling and Aubameyang are in their first season. You know I'm consistent with players in
Bruv,
their
bruv,
first
do you know what? You can say that about them, yeah? But I'm sorry, mate. What's Aubameyang done, bruv? I never wanted that player. I never wanted him.
Well, maybe if generational Kai Havertz could make a simple cutback, maybe you would have done something.
Mate, do you know what? In that game, yeah, he should have fucking made the cutback. Fair play. There's nothing wrong with that. At least he's trying. At least he's trying. At least he got in a position to make it happen, but it didn't work out, bruv. All right, but
fair enough.
He gets in the right position. No,
that's all he fucking does. He gets in a position and that's it, bruv.
See, but you don't give them credit either. That's the problem.
Where has Aubameyang been for the last 4 or 5
Trying to
games,
straighten this shit out.
Where's he been, man?
Well, I mean, he was poor against Salzburg. I won't defend that.
He's not what we need. Yeah, there's stopgaps. Sterling and him are stopgaps. They're not. We got Sterling on £300 a week, and we're meant to be reliant on Sterling, bruv.
Sterling's on a 5-year contract. What stopgap? He's a highest earner.
Bruv, he's the way I look at it, the way he
Forgot about that. I forgot he was on a 5-year fucking contract.
And he wants to get that World Cup spot.
He hasn't come for the money. He came because he
round
was
envelopes.
the main man, and he's not performing to that level. And I've said he should be benched the last few games. So this isn't just Sterling agenda. I've wanted Pulisic over Sterling.
But Lewis, you say drop Mount, drop
Okay.
Havertz, drop all these players.
Yeah, because they're not playing well either.
You're going to rely on Ziyech and Pulisic?
No, for Sterling you have Pulisic, for Mount you have Gallagher, for Havertz you have Brozier. That's my rotation.
Gallagher's so, you're relying on Gallagher now. I mean, is that the level we're going to go to now?
Well, we're relying on
Gallagher's
Gallagher's not that bad. He's better than Mount, in my opinion.
The team Vieira built around him in his natural position. At Chelsea, he's not going to have that. Because we don't.
Vieira built a team around Gallagher. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Something out of Gallagher with less experience playing for Chelsea at that level is very unrealistic. And then you got fucking what's his name? Ziyech.
What do you mean it's unrealistic?
It's not. Listen, you listen at Chelsea. You don't get time, bruv. You have to deliver every opportunity, bruv. You know how many games you're going to go on to play these players, bruv. Pulisic, how many chances has he been played, bruv?
No, because you're saying
how many chances, bruv?
So you're saying Mount and Havertz need time, but when it's Gallagher, I know you have to hit the ground running immediately.
No, Gallagher for me, he's got great potential, and I like him, but he's not the level of Mount, mate. He's never been that. He's not that level.
But you got to give him time, don't you?
He's not played at Mount's level, bruv. Yeah, but you're putting in players that are not on that level, that don't give you that.
They can't be any worse than what Mount and Havertz have delivered.
Bruv, don't be silly, bruv. Mount, yeah, irrespective of GA, yeah, irrespective what he gives to the team, no one does it, bruv.
To the team, then. Educate.
You know, well, this is the thing. You should know that. You watch him week in, week out, but you can't see it, bruv. And the funny thing is, yeah, Tuchel, of all the gaffers, yeah, loved him, bruv. Most important player to Tuchel. Lampard brought him through. Listen, Lampard, greatest player for Chelsea. He fucking knows what a baller is. He knows what minerals is all about.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
What does Mount bring to the team? Educate my comment section. Educate my audience.
Your comments are full of shit, bruv. They're all fucking brown envelopes, bruv.
Help them understand.
You're ridiculous.
Listen, if they don't understand now, you're a long way from Starbucks. That's what I say.
Yeah,
but that's the fact. If you don't know by now, you're a long way from Starbucks, bruv.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to explain it. He's full of shit.
Bruv, where do you want me to go, bruv? Pockets of space, pressing, fucking. He's got great awareness, the teamwork, the sacrifice for the team. They're just standards for Mount. You don't get that from enough of our players.
Standards for a lot of players and most of our players.
The way he plays balls, bruv.
Yeah, that's not there.
Pulisic, blind open play assist is fucking delightful, bruv. Minerals, bruv. The way he absolutely bodied Tomori in AC Milan, bruv. You telling me you don't know what Mount does? And you've watched these performances, you're fucking a long way from Starbucks.
So we've got one body on Tomori and 2 open players.
No, it's an example, bruv. There's plenty. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go?
Yeah, keep going more this season. Give us more examples this season, please.
Oh, all right. So we pigeonhole one season, yeah, but we disregard everything he's done at our club. Do you know
He wasn't that great last season either.
At 19 years old, Mason Mount, since 19 years old, has carried Chelsea Football Club to where we are now.
Oh, yeah, in the shitter.
Jack's dropped a super chat saying, I'm so disappointed, Mount. One of my favorite players, yet he's been so disappointing this year, and he's so protected. If he wasn't from the youth, it would be much worse. Yes, one amount.
Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead.
That's all good. That's all good, bud. But you have to understand, yeah. You have to understand. If
We're gonna go ahead and grab this image,
dysfunctional, which it is, yeah. It is absolutely dysfunctional. If you're going to,
and we're gonna work on this now, boys.
I don't even know what why I'm even.
And we'll get my face on
The
this.
team not been dysfunctional for 3 years yet. Mount.
No. Under Tuchel, we had some sort of identity. We had every player knew what they were doing, right? But the problem is Tuchel didn't get back.
Okay.
Should have been backed, yeah. And then we had a team
It's
of
not
the
true.
same squad a year older, and that is the problem. They're not getting any quicker. They're slowing down, bruv. They're getting more injury prone. And then you're getting all these injuries. Since we lost Kovacic and fucking Kante, the midfield's been terrible, bruv. And where you win and lose games is midfield. So what I'm trying to stress to everyone, yeah, because I don't know, maybe
Okay, here we go.
Maybe they ain't watched football long enough to know that the midfield is so important in a team. It's the blood and the heart of the team.
It's the minerals. Just say it.
How it should be.
Mason Mount still won Player of the Year with big midfield issues last season.
Yeah, but you know what? He had to play. This is where you don't understand Mount. Mount had to play right and left forward out of position and still occupy an 8 and 10 role within that. Understand that. How many roles is he playing?
Oh my days. He's doing this stupid thing.
Attributes that we've got that we're missing in our midfield, where other players have to contribute, and that.
All right, I have to restart my Photoshop. Bear with me.
Having to get involved in that, the attackers have to dig out and help out in the midfield because the midfield isn't got the fucking minerals to do it. You don't have a natural defensive midfielder. You don't have that balance in it. Look at Arsenal's midfield. It's got 3 different types of attributes of profile midfielders. We don't have that at Chelsea. That's why Tuchel played the wing-back system, because he only had 2 quality midfielders that he could rotate. Otherwise, you're playing 3 of all your best
Save
midfielders.
this.
Got no rotation, no quality backup. So he played the 2 double sixes.
I'm gonna restart my Photoshop. It's the only way it works. It's fucking annoying.
It definitely helps Jorginho.
Bear with me.
Fucking back 4 against Arsenal because Potter tried to fucking match him. Even though in the way he was playing the 4-2-2-2, which is absolutely fucking beyond a joke because Tuchel, that is Tuchel's system, and he never played it. So that tells you how inexperienced he is right now with this squad of players. He hasn't worked them out. The difference with Tuchel and Potter is Tuchel came in and he knew straight away what team was going to play at Wolves, and straight away you could see the identity of where he wanted to go, the high ball recovery, the
You're now
pressing.
saying it's Potter's fault that Mount isn't performing to his best.
No, it's not about Mount performing. But
It sounds like you're saying that.
If the team is not doing their jobs, their roles, and working together, and knowing where each other players are going to be, and there's no chemistry.
I don't know. It seems like Jorginho didn't have too much trouble getting the ball up to Mason and all of them. But what the hell is the role that you want the team to do?
Generational talent, he would be able to drive the team forward in spite of it. The same
Yep.
with Kai Havertz.
No, bruv, this is what you're not understanding, mate. You're not understanding. This is why
Eden Hazard did it.
Bruv. Because when you have your slow transitions, all right, it's the same old story. Your attacks get starved. Your attacking players are in those positions, asking for the ball, waiting for the ball.
To Havertz before the cutback.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's cut out one ball, and that's my point, bro.
Slow transition.
But that's my point. What midfielder plays a long ball over the top? Name me one. Go on.
Jorginho.
None of them.
You're right.
He's done it.
So when you're getting pressed relentlessly, yeah, by Arsenal, where's your outlet? Where's your relief? Do you know who's doing it? You have to rely on a 38-year-old Thiago Silva, and that's where the problem lies. You don't have a midfielder that has got that ability, and that's why Declan Rice or a Bellingham or someone of that defensive-minded with an ability to play a long ball, or you fuck it, I'd play Mount in a
Declan Rice, he says.
All these guys off Loftus-Cheek and that. They ain't got the minerals to do the job. And that's
How are you fucking off Loftus-Cheek?
The reason why we struggled to transition was because the entire midfield, Mount, Havertz, Ruben, and Jorginho were all struggling with possession.
Bruv, Loftus-Cheek and Georgie, they run like they're underwater, bruv. That's the first thing. So you got no coverage there, bruv. And if they do try and get coverage, they're out of position.
Through the wings, they weren't attacking centrally.
Bruv, do you know how many times Ruben and
How many
Georgie
times
lost the
has
ball, bruv?
Cucurella left isolated?
Blaming it on Ruben lost his
Yeah,
cheek and
bruv, listen,
Jorginho.
Aski left
yeah, but
isolated by Martinelli.
you got to understand the game plan.
Right, select
And the game
subject.
plan was
You didn't even
take
know what the
Sterling on the
gameplay
right
is.
side.
You're an
alternate
idiot.
with
You don't know what the
Havertz.
gameplay was. Shut
When
up.
Zinchenko goes into midfield, the idea was to get the ball and ping it and exploit those spaces. And when we actually did that, we had that Havertz chance where he fucked it up, and we had another chance with Sterling. Mount even played a ball from deep, a wonderful ball, cut their press
Shut the
open,
fuck up.
right?
You're full of
their
shit.
press was just cut out, and then Sterling got the ball, and I can't remember what happened. Probably nothing happened with it, bruv, as always. But my point is,
There we go. It's a lot better.
You need that type of player, deep line in the midfield, or someone who's got the strength as well. We had no strength in there. Well, Loftus-Cheek was falling over, bruv, and he's fucking massive. It's just, it was a game too far. He's a squad player, bruv. That's what he is. I'm not dissing Ruben because I like him, but he's not.
You were dissing him pretty hard just a second ago.
In form, it's just ridiculous. And why don't you play Kovacic, bruv? How are you not playing Kovacic?
Is Mount
What?
or Havertz players I can rely on if a team's in form?
Bruv, of course you can fucking rely on them.
No,
No, they haven't. We just lost.
Before Potter left, and they beat us 4-1 with both
Yeah,
of them on the pitch.
against Brighton. Where did Kai play? Shall I tell you? Played false nine. He played false nine.
Kai looked like he played as a 10. Mount and Sterling were further forward.
No, he didn't. He played false
Check their
nine.
average positions in the game. Sterling is the furthest forward. Mount is further forward than Kai. Kai played as a 10.
It's false nine is where he was playing. We didn't have a striker. Yeah, and you're not telling me Sterling's playing a striker. That's
Sterling
ridiculous.
and Mount were the furthest forward. Check their average positions in game.
Because they alternate, bruv. That's what false nine is. He moves about. But my point is,
so
you played him as you played him the game before as a 10, and he looked so much more comfortable, bruv. And then you
It's absurd.
Back to a false nine.
All right, so guys, I should be explaining this. I'm so sorry. So I picked the selection tool, right? And selection tool gives you the option to select subject or select what I'm doing right now. So I did select subject first, so it gives me the overall outline here. Let me show you. So this is selection tool, right? You pick the selection tool over here to the left. Sorry, you might not be able to see it because of the stupid, you know what? There we go. So yeah, you pick the selection tool right over here. It's this one. And then you hit select subject. It gives you the initial outline. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes. But most times you have to hit select and mask. And this is when you start to like color it out. Get the details and all that shit. And that's what I'm doing right now. So while I'm doing, and I use things like a brush, or like I'll use this when I'm doing hair. This is the what tool is this one called? All right, I don't know what it is, but it works for hair really well. But for now, I'm just gonna do edges. But let's get this back on my screen and then react.
How are they supposed to build consistency, mate?
In the Champions League.
How are you supposed to fucking get consistency if you keep changing it and you're changing the personnel? It's not possible, bruv. I'm sorry. And Potter needs to stop. Fuck all this keeping players, pleasing players in the.
That's what he does for Mason.
They don't want to be here. Fucking don't play him. And if the ball are really back in this gaffer, get him the fuck out. Just like Arsenal did with Aubameyang. They didn't want him. Get rid of him. I ain't seen that yet. That should have been done with Tuchel. They didn't do it. They didn't back Tuchel.
What do you mean? They got rid of so much deadwood under Tuchel.
Looks like we might even go under fucking the same whole Roman regime again, where it's just hire and fire. Are they going to bottle it when he doesn't get top
They're
four?
not going to sack Potter. Potter will outlast.
We don't know, bruv. Have you seen that other?
You do know.
Wilkinson coming out, and then King Canners comes out and says, "You're fucking. Who are you to fucking put this out? This opinion, bruv?" Where he was saying he's out of his depth, Potter's out of his depth, and all this stuff. You know, already the brown envelopes are starting. They're already starting to push this narrative now and build pressure on Potter. They love it at Chelsea to do that at Chelsea. And this is my point. The fan base, all right, should be united in backing their players, yeah?
Oh, shut the fuck up, man. This is Disneyland logic that you're talking about.
Yeah? And actually back the players that are at this club whoever
the
wears that
club
shirt, you
over
have
the
to back him,
players.
bruv. And you ain't
Back
been
the
doing it,
club
Lewis.
over
You've
the
been fucking
players.
coming at Kai Havertz and Mason Mount all the time, bruv.
Bro,
Oh, shut up.
Johnny, I'm not doing this because you said the entire summer Kai Havertz is gonna mud you this season, and I have been waiting.
Bruv, we haven't even fucking. We're in 13 games this season, bruv.
We're in November and we've played way more than
Yeah, we're
13
13.
games.
Forget
Officially.
what month it is because the schedule's all fucked now. We are
I
13.
don't
What? What's the matter?
Havertz were
Listen,
meant
this
to
is the
be-
We're
problem.
still ending in March, aren't
What you're
we?
saying to me there is, oh, you're going to mud me. It's all about people don't want to get mudded. They don't want to be wrong, and that's where Mason.
Yeah, you included.
Mason Mount's been mudding. Mason Mount's been mudding all the haters for fucking ever since putting a Chelsea shirt, and they hate to be fucking wrong. And this is where it is because they made their judgment on him. So I
Shut
don't get
up,
it.
Johnny.
At the end of the day, yeah, your only defense is, oh, if he mudded me and he does perform, I'm happy with that. Like I'm ready to back him. But your stance should be with your platform is I'm backing him irrespective because he's a Chelsea fucking player and he's won trophies at our football club more than Lukaku's done, and you backed him to the high heavens, bruv, which is atrocious, bruv.
Lukaku scored in the Club World Cup final. Like we want to
Yeah,
talk
great,
about
bruv, great, well done. But what did he do, bruv, to our club? He absolutely disrespected and shat on our football club.
Yeah, and fucking Havertz disrespects the shirt with 9 times out of 10.
No. He's never ever fucking come out and spoken about our club. Yeah, Lukaku did, and you backed him to the end. That was the fucking. That tells me, bruv, that there's something wrong there.
By the time he was gone, I'd accepted that he was a rat.
Bruv, you said to me on my stream fucking live only when it came out that the brown envelope said that he's been talking to Inter. That was the end of the season, mate. That was in transfer window, so you backed him to the end. Yes, you did, bruv.
And does that not fit in with my narrative that I always back players through their first season?
Bruv, he's had 8 seasons in the Premier League, mate. 8 seasons he's had in the Premier League.
First season at Chelsea, I've told you Premier League proven is bollocks. It's about how you fit the system.
Nah, not at all,
yes,
bruv.
It is.
Not at all,
yes,
bruv.
It is.
Bruv, you bought a player. The Bald bought a player. The Bald bought a player, bruv. That
Yes, they did. They bought a player.
Shushing the Chelsea fans after the West Ham game.
No, I don't. I mean, everyone's taking it in that, but I take it into a different context. I take it into that he's. No. I see it as he's shushing the haters, not the fans.
He's shushing the Chelsea fans.
Nah, bruv. Wherever he does it on the pitch,
I think the haters.
Straight to the Matthew Harding lower. He shushed right in Fatter's direction from the front row.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I see it as he's getting all the hate and he's fucking just saying to everyone.
And then you decide to fucking open your mouth after your first goal of the season, and then you did 0 GNA for the next 5 games and had 5 out of 10 performances. Let's not do this.
Bruv, look, the way I see it is he's getting a lot of hate and on social media. And you say that players aren't aware of us. They're full.
Oh, they are. They're fully aware of us.
Oh, well, I think his internet's cut out. ETH trash. Tottenham have no pool. Says let's have it right. Nothing personal. 1-0. Fair enough, my guy. WRX says John. Yeah, fair enough, my guy. Jojo says Mountain Havertz has sucked. Stop moving the point. The goalpost. Fair enough. President Jafar, Mason Mount, Steven Gerrard, I wish he had 50% of that. And Jojo says, back your players. Interesting. Is he here? Is he? Right. Well, with that in mind, then I feel like if you don't, I'm just gonna send the link out to everybody else. Right. Oh, he's back.
There's always 2 fucking minerals everywhere, bruv. Listen, I got to duck out, bruv.
No worries. I'm gonna send the link out to the others now. Big up.
In the hear all their fucking poisonous shit, bruv. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
We'll just leave it. Big up old boys, my guy saying Johnny landing the minerals. Big up Lewis.
Big up Chelsea old boys. My geezer, bruv. My geezer, fucking proper Chelsea, bruv.
Shut up.
Johnny, I'm gonna send the link out to everybody else. Big up yourself, my guy.
Yeah, big up geezer. Take it easy, Luke. Oh, and also, I want to address something quickly before, on my stream last night, people were coming out saying you're racist. Lewis ain't racist, bruv. Far from it, bruv.
That's bollocks.
I don't know what that was all about, bruv.
Oh, I'm glad he addressed that.
Christensen and Jorginho stan is racist, but let me not.
Fucking hell, bruv. That's just madness, bruv. Like, no chance, bruv. Lewis is far from that, mate. They're, like I say, they're a long way from Starbucks, mate. I'll look at the
What does that even mean? They're a long way from Starbucks. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Up the Chelsea, bruv. Big up. Oh, like and subscribe and all that jazz, yeah?
Yeah, take care, my guy. Love. Big up,
one.
big up.
Nice one.
Right, I'm sending a link out to everybody, so give me a sec, guys, and hit the like button while we're doing this. Always good to have an appearance from Johnny. I'm glad he turned up. I'm really glad he turned up. I thought he was going to duck it. Right, link is going out to everybody. Apologies for the wait, but we had to chop that up. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, though.
He does it for the content.
I don't even think we've spoken about the City game properly, but we move.
Oh, the bandana's right there. That's weird. They're weird. It's weird how it ends there. Or the headband, whatever, not the bandana. And I think we have our snake. Oh, we're not done with snake, actually. Never mind. There's a lot to do here, too. I think I just did the hardest part, though. Just gotta get this part right here. Not too shabby. Get this out. Lewis, you taking forever to send the link out, bro. But it's crazy that you can send a link out so late and they respond so quickly. I wish I had the same reception over at Casually, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we'll do that. Then again, he is Carefree Lewis. He's been doing this for a hot minute. Okay.
Yeah, that guy wanted the fucking link too. That's cool. Oh, we got another super chat as well. The Free Halls saying up the Chelsea. Big up, bro. Big up yourself. Right. Yes, guys. Yes, people. Apologies for the lateness of the stream and everything, but what's everybody saying?
I'm not actually completely disagree with everything Johnny says. So.
Fair enough.
He's right about the team. And stuff like that. So, as much as I want to hate on Mount, it's more than just a Mount. The problem is more than
true.
Just one Mount.
It's true.
No, I agree. I agree with that too, but I also don't think we should be blind to his performances either. There's a medium. Yeah?
Exactly.
I just don't go. I just don't go behind Mount and say Mount is like the greatest. You know the drill, right?
Alex, I'm the same with you. I actually agree with a lot of what he's saying, but he contradicts himself a lot. He's a hypocrite. He talks about you got to back your players, but then he hates on like every single other player except for Mount.
Yep.
No, I don't think it's that. I think he uses how you say it, like when you go for specific player like Mount, he takes it like personally for some reason, like and he defends based like his defense based of deflection on other players,
right? But he can never say when those players are wrong or they're playing bad, but it's easy for him to call out other players, and he blames other people for doing the same thing.
The reason why
I love how we're having
understand what he's saying, because
theory on Johnny.
You know me. For me, midfield is always the most important thing, and we actually on it with the same with Johnny. The midfield is the priority, and the midfield is the creation. The midfield is the responsible.
It's true. We do need better midfielders.
I agree with that. That this is how you should look for it. But some things, like when you talking to Johnny, and this is the problem, when you talking to Johnny, you need to go individual moments in the game. That's how you need to talk to him. Like this specific moment, this specific time, that's when Mount was wrong for doing this. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way you can.
If I delete, there we go. Phase 1 done.
Of the game, he will properly deflect. He will deflect like nobody. Like he will go for, like example, the same with Auba. Like you just give him a shot at Auba, and all of a sudden he like goes into that conversation.
Put this up here.
Without, you know what I'm saying, like forgetting about the main priority that the talk was about Mount, not Aubameyang, which is stupid from Aubameyang to do, but I was like, I never thought that Aubameyang was that player for Chelsea in the first place. Like, if we compare the situation, Aubameyang versus Lukaku, there's no comparison. Lukaku has a history with Chelsea. Aubameyang doesn't.
Yeah, I don't expect that much from Alba. I mean, this is a guy who,
like at least not an hour after the game or something.
Why does it like this? I don't understand this though, because I don't. It was the same thing when people got after Chilwell after the. I can't remember what game it was, but after he posted that picture after one of the
Man
games,
United. It's Man United.
that game, like I don't see what the problem is. Like,
Okay, let's get a picture of my face.
Who gives a fuck what they do online on social media? Like, who gives a fuck? Who are you, the Twitter police? Like the social media police? Who cares?
I mean, to be fair, it's not a good look right after
No,
the
it's not
game
a good look. At the
against the
end of the
team
day,
he's
like,
playing for.
Nah.
But at the end of the day, I really don't care as much.
By the way,
Exactly, like,
is
I
there
know
is
about his
there? Hold on a
all it
second.
came across.
Is there a negative like answer? Is that like a like? Is there a button like only beside like?
Hmm.
When he liked it, what he liked it.
It's just
On
like on
Instagram,
Instagram.
yeah,
It's just
you can
like
just-
on Instagram.
yeah,
it's
Okay,
just like
so
heart.
there's
It's
no
like a heart.
dislike.
There's no dislike. Yeah,
No.
there's
Okay, so please, could be that he just said like it based like, oh, I noticed you, but
Yeah.
there's no
Also-
button to dislike.
Yeah,
Also
that's
as
why I don't
well,
think it's that big of a deal. Yeah.
I was going to say the biggest thing as
Yeah.
well. I see people saying, "Oh, he's disrespecting the club." Bro, the post was about him. He's literally having like he's got
Yeah.
self-deprivation. Like he's literally taking the piss out of himself in that situation because Troops is taking the piss out of him. So he's liking the
Okay.
post, taking the piss out of himself.
Fair enough.
He's not taking. The
I'm
piss
gonna
out
go
of the team, he's
ahead
taking the
and
piss
put
out of
this on.
himself.
I have already a
But it's
pre-made
not like, it's
face,
not- it's
so
like an
I'd rather
hour
just
or
use
so
that
after
to
the
save
game where
time.
liking tweets taking the piss out of our loss. Like I just thought the
It
time.
wasn't about the loss though. That's the thing. It's about himself. Because literally, Troops literally
It
says
is
the same
about
thing.
the loss,
It's about
though. It
himself.
is about the loss.
But it's aimed at Aubameyang. That's the thing. The loss is included in that, but it's like most of that.
Okay,
post is about
so
Aubameyang.
we're just gonna
It's like,
adjust this
he's
image
just taking the piss out of himself. Like he's fully just
Yeah,
taking.
that's what.
so
I
that
like, why do you acknowledge that
you'll see.
That, like the guy literally like. It's
So I'm gonna lower the opacity so I can actually see the other side
You know what I'm saying?
and line it up.
Literally taking a piss out of himself.
I usually look at the eyes as an indicator.
Even I don't understand it because I was the one that first on Lukaku's neck because that was personal.
I don't know. I just thought the timing was a bit off with it, but that was the only thing I wanted to say.
You know what? You know what more disrespect? Like literally, if anybody saw Mason Mount with the fashion and the bright orange suit who looks like 5 times size, that's more offensive to me than any freaking like Auba did. That's offensive on a man's level, on a human level.
Looks like he's getting ready for the NBA 2003 draft. You know how they
That's
used
not
to dress
even
back then?
NBA.
Looks like that suit was
That's
two sizes
offensive
too
to
big for
men's.
him.
Bro,
That looks like
he got that donated from his dad.
That looks like over when you use an extra large condom.
What are you talking about, man?
I don't know anything about that.
You would smoke penises once.
No, I don't have shit that ain't my size. Hell, bro.
Oh, but don't make it micro.
Man, fuck you, bro. Why are you trying to guess my size?
I didn't ask to guess your star. You got involved in this conversation.
No, I just said I don't wear the wrong size.
Yeah, nobody asked you what size. Nobody asked you for it.
No, when you said that,
I
sounded
said
like
it.
you
Did I
were
say?
wearing the
Did I
wrong
say it
size.
at you? Did I say it at you? Why you had to answer? It's like
Because
Uber.
I
Why?
just didn't understand the reference, bro. That's all. That's all, bro.
All right, so we got to the juicy part. Prime looks like a prisoner. We got to the juicy part that I wanted to get to. Let's go ahead and play this. Let's see what this is about. While I'm resizing my face here, trying to get this to fit.
Hey, and we're back for another episode of Before You Buy, the show where we give you straight up gameplay and our first
Open world
impressions of
Sonic.
these games releasing. Hi, folks, it's Falcon, and today it's Sonic Frontiers. So the past decade hasn't been too kind to the blue blur, but this
No, it
time
has
around,
not.
the Sonic team went back to the drawing board, and with Sonic Frontiers, they're taking the Hedgehog in a pretty new direction for the franchise, and, well, it's an open world game. It's a radical departure for the series that could have been a disaster, but in my opinion at least, it's the best 3D Sonic game in years. I mean, that's maybe not saying much, considering the track record. There's kind of a few really good ones and a lot of duds, but it's kind of a hard game to review, being I am both a Sonic fan and a fan of games in general. But after spending a couple of dozen hours with it, I can't really say exactly how everyone's going to feel about it. I could say that as a Sonic fan, as a Sonic game, it's easily the best in probably a couple decades. I like it better than Colors even. But as a game, it's got a lot of good, but there's also some bad. So let's just get into it, and hopefully I'll be able to give you some kind of conclusion by the end. So what is Sonic Frontiers? It's an open-world action game, but it's got Sonic. All the open-world staples are here, but it's got a Sonic the Hedgehog twist. You have to uncover the map, collect a whole lot of junk, and progress through the story. Now, instead of being 100% open world, it's split up into 4 main islands that function kind of like extremely large levels that you do progress through on a basically linear fashion. So it's not a full-blown open world, but these levels are big enough I kind of feel like it's safe to call it open world. I do definitely get what open zone means now. Plot's not really something to write home about. It's a standard Sonic plot where Dr. Eggman, Sonic's eternal nemesis, goes to some random place, wakes up an ancient evil. Sonic follows him to fight it. Instead of the Lost Hex, you go to the Chaos Islands. What's different about this entry compared to Sonic Lost World is the tone. Sonic Frontiers has kind of a melancholy tone that's unusual for a Sonic game, even though the story is pretty bog standard and mostly told through static talking scenes that aren't super interesting. The fact that they're a little more serious is an interesting choice. I don't know if I consider it super effective.
Okay.
I'm kind of a person who doesn't.
So now what I'm gonna do
serious or goofy
is I'm gonna make a.
hedgehog. But also forget that.
1 second. I'm gonna make a this. So I'm gonna select the layer, right? I size it to where I think I'm gonna go and use it. Now I'm going to use the crop add layer mask. Now what this lets me do is it's pretty simple. I use the brush tool, black and white, and I can delete without actually deleting. Because all I can do is turn this off and it's all back to normal. So it's like an eraser tool without actually permanently erasing.
You can probably see from the footage that the game.
And I can also do this. Watch.
Incredible. The first world looks kind of like a Windows
Paint it back in.
wallpaper with some Sonic stuff all over the place, to the point where sometimes it's even a little unpleasant looking. It doesn't help that the game has a pretty natural color palette to it, so you end up seeing a lot of browns, beiges, grays,
Oh, oops.
and half the time it's kind of dark, so it looks even more murky. There are moments and views where the game looks really nice, but a lot of the time it looks kind of dull. I'll say the more time you spend with it, the less it really sticks out. In some ways, it matches the tone of the game, and after a while it kind of makes sense, but that doesn't mean that it looks incredible. So this footage is from a PS5, but you can kind of tell that this was basically made for the Switch up. The landscapes are kind of barren looking, but what I really want to call some attention to is the pop-in here. Just running around on the island, you notice tons of level assets just popping right in the most inelegant way possible. They did nothing to hide it. Like, they could have put some kind of digital effect over the stuff that's popping in. I mean, the game is about cyberspace, so it would have been excusable, but they just basically have giant floating structures pop out of nowhere like it's Nintendo 64, except without any fog whatsoever. But again, that's not really a prime concern either. The visuals aren't great, no, at least most of the time. But the gameplay, pretty improved from previous entries. If you go back and play around with Sonic Forces, you're like, oh wow, how is open world movement gonna work in Frontiers? But, you know, I don't know if Sonic has ever felt this good to control. Sonic
Okay,
Adventure was janky.
so I'm gonna slowly start like
Boost
deleting
games, although
and
they
getting
have
close to
their
the
charms,
headband and bandana.
still have jankiness to them. And although this isn't perfect, it feels solid and consistent, and you kind of know what's
solid.
going to happen when you're trying to do it. It never really throws the whole, and you know what I'm talking about here if you've played a Sonic game, I don't know why that happened thing at you. That doesn't happen a whole lot. Speed is the name of the game when you're talking about Sonic, and Sonic Team, for whatever reason, has always struggled with that. they made up Sonic, created these amazing 2D Sonic games based on speed and momentum, and for some reason, after they moved to 3D, they just could not figure out what to do with it. So, I'm not going to say that that's entirely fixed here, but I will say, wow, is it better. At the start of the game, you select your difficulty, which also gives you the option to play in action style or high speed style. So it's basically slow mode or fast mode. If you play in the confusingly named action mode, Sonic is slow as molasses. I don't know why this is here. It seems like
let's undo it all.
Be too fast for some people, but if you're playing a Sonic game, I don't get that. Action style just, it's too slow for getting around the world they created here. It never feels right, so it's pretty much pointless. So don't play that mode. It makes no sense.
Wait, what?
I know there's going to be some contrarian out there that says it's the superior mode. It's how to experience Sonic.
There we go.
But that is a contrarian opinion, and I refuse to accept anything else other than that. So, big world, move around, what can you do? This is a collectathon. It's pretty much the tried and true 3D platformer mode of operation. I mean, even Super Mario Odyssey is a collectathon, so you pick stuff up. You got to get various things. For instance, portal gears, which generally drop from enemies. You have to use those to unlock portals to cyberspace, which are fun, but they're not like real Sonic stages. They're kind of more like obstacle courses from Mario Sunshine. Music is great in them, though. Keep that in mind. They're kind of window dressing. They keep the same level themes. They're just new versions of obstacle course. It's not something I would call good or bad.
Let me pull this out over here.
Sonic Frontiers version of
a
Shrines,
little.
because there is an inevitable Breath of the Wild comparison.
Pull this
to a lot
in
of
here.
Stuff. You end up completing objectives in these cyber stages. That unlocks keys. You need keys to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds, which then lets you
drag this along here. Just
area.
warp my
Along
face
the
a
way,
little
you
so that it
progress the
fits
plot
a
by
little
talking to
better.
one of Sonic's buddies who will only talk
Using
to you
that
if you
warp
collected
tool
enough
there.
memory objects in the open world.
It's not
Those
the
are
best
basically all over
look,
the place,
but
so to talk to your friends, sometimes
does
the
help a
game
little.
expects you to collect like hundreds of weird objects, and they're common, don't get me wrong. It's not as bad as it sounds, but it can be a little annoying. It is an open world game, so it does have those Assassin's Creed viewpoints. Pretty painless, though. To reveal the map, you complete these challenges, which are mercifully short and generally pretty easy, and probably actually one of the strongest elements of Frontiers is how it has your standard open world elements, but with Sonic, it all becomes
There we
so
go.
much faster
That looks a little
and
better.
therefore significantly more fun. The map is dotted with a bunch of markers, but most of these little collectibles and areas can be completed in minutes, sometimes even seconds, so you're always making progress, and even though every level is kind of the same in structure, you get cogs, you get keys, you get emeralds, it doesn't feel tedious, at least for a while. Once you've seen the tricks that the game has, it does start to drag a little at the half point. For a Sonic game, pretty long, took more than 15 hours to finish, and that's basically giving up on the final map. I was a little checked out at that point, so instead of playing the game as intended, I was kind of just trying to finish it for the sake of reviewing it. I do intend to play it in a more slow, deliberate fashion.
Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna do another layer mask.
Time at least. Also, yeah, Big the Cat is back. There's fishing. You can catch a bunch of fish. The fishing minigame, not hard. And using the fishing minigame, you can get mystery tokens, which is what you spend to do the fishing minigame. And after getting a ton of fishing points, you go to the store,
don't do
you buy
this
all the
again.
collectibles you need, and then you can skip everything if you want.
Oh, thank
You can
God.
get cogs, keys, memory items directly from the fishing shop. Seriously, in Sonic Frontiers, the speedrunning strategy is going to be ignoring everything and fishing, I think. But I also have to say I appreciate that the game lets you engage with it on your own terms. Most of the time, it's not too hard to get the required keys. But the final island, at least going at the pace I was going at, I felt like I'd seen everything and wanted to finish it for the sake of being able to say I finished it in the review. There's still stuff I want to see, and I'll see it on another playthrough. And I'm interested in another playthrough, so there's that. But let's forget that structure and go back to a gameplay thing. There's combat in this game now. It's been overhauled. It's kind of just mashing buttons, but there's some new moves, like this dodge move. You can parry. There's a bunch of combo attacks. We've already talked about it, but the
Okay,
side
here we
loop
go.
generates a trail. Sonic runs around. You close the circle, and it'll damage enemies or it'll activate certain structures. It's fun, works well with the high-speed gameplay. But
God damn it, man! Why did this thing just slow down all of a sudden?
Because by then
So
you're not
annoying.
really too concerned about the side loop. So combat encounters are fast and actually super fun. There's a great variety of enemies, There are some issues where you might get close to one and the game might take control of the camera and force you to look at that as opposed to the one that you're trying to actually kill at the moment. You may have already killed this guy a dozen times already and want to ignore it.
That's annoying.
Wants you to fight it again. That's kind of the only major problem here. Taking away control is kind of a serious issue in a game like this. You run too close to an enemy and you're forced into an arena with it. You run into a boost pad and suddenly you're trapped in a side-scrolling section that you've already done. Sometimes there's parts where you have free control and the game locks you in with invisible walls. It's a free-for-all, and it's been an issue in Sonic games for a while now. Like, think of Mario Odyssey. The game has a lot of different movement styles, but there's a pretty clear separation between them. With Sonic, it's less like that. You do have all the different types of movement. You got 3D movement, you have 2D movement. Sometimes you can attack, sometimes you can't. Sometimes rings are health. Other times you can only take a limited number of hits, and sometimes it just feels really arbitrary. It doesn't suit the game because the base movement can be really satisfying when the game cuts you loose of all of the movement, but most of the time it doesn't. And it makes things that should be easy sometimes seem harder, just because you don't know what the game's going to actually let you do. And
We're getting there, boys. I see it. It's blending nice.
It's kind of weird. Sonic can just stop on a dime. It looks weird. It doesn't feel right. It's probably to some extent necessary with the boost formula, but it doesn't feel natural, and I feel like momentum is something that really could have been done better, especially in this situation. Not too much of a problem.
Seems a bit picky, but yeah, exactly. It's not too much of a problem.
When the game design is not great. As you progress through
It looks cool, but I don't know if I want to play. I've never been a Sonic fan.
Or there's a little Ikaruga shooting segment. They're mostly okay, but there's one near the end that's absolutely awful. Without spoiling anything, it's a pinball minigame where you have to get a high score to progress. You got 2 lives, and the main method of earning points is to collect randomly appearing rings. I like pinball. I like Sonic Spinball, even. But this is not good pinball physics. They're janky, and they're bad. Sometimes the ball just clips right through the bumpers. It's got no reason to be there. It's bad. Boss fights, however, are better than that, at least. They're a little janky and awkward, but music is great, and the spectacle is great. The part leading up to the boss is usually the best part. Sonic avoids attacks, climbs up them Shadow of the Colossus style, and you actually become Super Sonic and fight them mano-a-mano. It's mostly just button mashing and hitting the parry button every once in a while, which can be a little frustrating, because there's kind of stiff control in these sections, but they're really cool looking,
shit.
and they
Too close.
feel really satisfying, and that goes a long way in a Sonic game. After I finished, I got
It looks a little unproportional,
mixed. Open world stuff is
but
they
I'm not in the mood to take another picture to fix it. So we're gonna,
it could be better. It's
move it up a little.
level design's okay. Islands themselves, they're a little empty looking. I don't know if I consider them bad in terms of play, because they do accommodate speed pretty well, but I also feel like there could have been more done. And for all of the nitpicks I've got here, Sonic Frontiers is a good game. I had a lot of fun with it. For most of the game, I was having a great time running around, collecting junk and beating up enemies. For the niche of people who like 3D Sonic and compulsively collect crap, this is the game for you. And as far as 3D Sonic games go, it's the best one we've seen in a very long time. It's not Sonic Mania, because Sonic Mania is a perfect 2D Sonic game. But this game is somehow better than the sum of its parts. There's gonna be stuff
Here we
that
go.
you go, oh, but it's not going to be often or intense enough to make you hate it, unless you just hate open world games. So if that's a thing, I don't know how you're going to like this. In terms of what Sega's done here, they said they wanted to put forward a new type of Sonic game and define what they're doing in the future. That's exactly, in my opinion, what they did here. I think
I wish this wasn't so
iteration
slow.
is probably going to be the ideal, but they introduced a ton of great stuff, did it right, and although there's some fat to cut off, there's some stuff that doesn't need to be there, and again, the open world stuff needs to progress more in terms of what it is, so that by the time you get to the second half of the game, you don't feel like you're still just doing the same stuff over and over. But not grading this on a curve. It's a good game. You're gonna like it if you want a better Sonic 3D game. I'm still excited about it. I'm still happy about it. I'm gonna play it more. So please don't take the kind of laundry list of problems here. It's not that I want to say the game is bad, because it's good. If we're grading on a curve, like with other 3D Sonic games, it's fantastic. If we're not grading on a curve, if we're comparing it to all other games, it's good and it's a big step in the right direction for Sonic. It's far from perfect, though, and I, as a Sonic fan, feel like it's a good enough game that it's worth pointing that stuff out. I think they basically figured out 3D Sonic, though. I will say that. And I think that a lot of people are going to play it and like it, and I'm happy Sonic Team finally got their crap together and put together a good 3D Sonic game. What do you think, though? Leave us a comment. Let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so.
Looks a
We
little
upload
better.
videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, @FalconTheHero. We'll see you next time, right here on Game Ranks.
Nice work, soldiers. Now let's link up with the main force.
Yeah, it does look a little better. Looks like I have a huge fro, though. Alright, predictions for the World Cup. Let's go.
Here we go. Here are the odds then as to who is going to win it all. Brazil going as favourites at 4-1, France defending champions at 6, Argentina 13-2, England at 7, Spain then at 8. It's about time we get some predictions, shall we? Would you believe everybody gave us predictions, even Craig Burley, ahead of this? Don, I want to start with you because I think you, Craig, and myself are quite similar in the group stages. So just let's have a look who Don has gone for. The ones that are highlighted are the ones that are going through, not the ones in white. Hopefully they're going to get this because I have no idea what he's... Here he is. Senegal, Netherlands, Argentina, Spain, Germany, Brazil, Switzerland, Portugal, Uruguay, Belgium, Croatia,
Advancing.
France, Denmark, England, and the US. I think if you were to give that to most people, that's pretty much who they would choose.
Yeah, I would say.
It's going to be Frank in a moment. Okay. But so I just want to... I'm just going to take Don through here.
Hold on. Let me see that list.
I done it in Don. But my point is going to be Frank in a moment.
I think this is a pretty safe bet. I would say maybe Mexico over Poland, but Poland's not that bad. Senegal's a good team. Ecuador's a good team too, though. We'll see.
What's your point? But my point is going to be Frank in a moment.
Oh, Jesus Christ, is it really not on the screen?
I'm just going to take Don through here. Don, do you remember who you picked from here?
I did. I done it in a chaotic house today with about 64 million kids running around.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, well I've got Germany to go through. Then I've got Brazil to beat Uruguay. I have got then the Netherlands to beat USA. And Argentina to then beat Denmark.
Right.
Don't really think there's any shocks there, I don't think.
No, I think again, pretty much most people would agree with the fact that those would be
so predictable.
Well, all right, Frank, we're getting to you in a moment. I'm just teasing it all up. Right, go for it. Go for it again. Right, Belgium, Spain, Don.
Right, I've got Belgium to beat Spain. I mean, that could be a cracker. That could be 5-4 to anyone, but I'm siding with Belgium. Portugal to beat Switzerland.
The graphics person's hurrying Don up.
It's too quick. England and France to win.
Yep, and then Belgium, France in the semi-finals. Let's take it through to the final stage of the bracket. Brazil, Argentina, who you got going through, Don? What a game that'll be.
For Brazil and France.
And then Brazil.
I think France is going all the way.
There we go. So that is Don's prediction. There we go. Right, now you see why I've done that? Because now we go to Frank's prediction, who has blown the doors off any sort of predictability when it comes to the World Cup. Okay, Senegal, Netherlands. I think that's all right, Don. I think that's okay. Argentina, Mexico.
Costa Rica over Spain? Germany?
Costa Rica can do something special and can prove that they're not the force team. I want surprises. I believe in the beauty of football, and I believe that we are predicting history and not forms of the teams. Yeah, you will say that Mexico is not there, but between Mexico and Poland, sorry, I didn't know who to choose. But I believe that Costa Rica can surprise and beat Spain because I don't see Spain. Yeah, well, you never know. We'll see. You know,
okay,
I saw Peru against France in 2018. Yeah. I saw Peru in 2018.
You had Canada going through. Oh wait, there's more from Canada. Don't worry.
Canada went through?
Here we go then. Round of 16. Germany, Belgium. Who have you got, Frank?
Germany, Belgium. I think I went for Germany. I think.
Yeah, you went Germany and then Brazil. And then you got Senegal to beat the US.
because Senegal would be for me the underdog, the contender for the World Cup. And
Wow, that's a big. That's big.
Well, it happened in 2002. Well, you know, Senegal just won the African Nation Cup. Yeah, well, yeah, I was playing. It's why they won, and they won the the African Nation Cup, and they're very good.
Okay, I mean, could try to make my beard and mustache white and gray, but I don't know how I'm gonna go about doing that. That's gonna be very tricky. I'll give it a shot, but first let me make my skin pale.
Portugal against Switzerland, England winning against the Netherlands, and Denmark against Mexico. Because Denmark is semi-finals.
So I'm gonna hit the adjustment layer here. I'm gonna pick.
I'm gonna have that bet now. Frank, $100. That's not the semi-final.
Imagine if I'm right.
What?
I saw Davies playing the last 2 months for Lille. Yes. The guy's gonna score many goals, and with Davies on the backside, and
Wait, let me see this again.
Semi-finals, Canada against Denmark.
I'm gonna have that bet now. Frank, $100. That's not the semi-final.
That's an interesting final.
I saw Davies playing the last 2 months for Lille. Yes. The guy's gonna score many goals, and with Davies on the backside, and Canada had a very good run for the qualification. So why
They
did
did.
put USA in a quarterfinal and not Canada?
Canada have never been to a World Cup.
Of
and now they're going to get to the semi-finals.
And the Brazil-Denmark final.
No, they won. They lost. They won against France. They lost 1-0 against France with Jean-Pierre Papin scoring. They went to the World Cup already once. Yes, but for me, the big surprise will be Denmark, because even in final, if I see
Create clipping mask. There we go. So it's attached to just my face. Jesus Christ! You think Denmark's gonna? Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
Are you going to go and tell Kylian Mbappe and Griezmann and all that mob that they're not going to make it to the semi-finals or the quarter-finals?
Of course I'm gonna, because
I don't think they're gonna. They're not that great. They disappointed really big on the Euros.
Brazil, according to your prediction. How come you can come with that? You're talking about history.
The French will win
they're not. Prove me wrong.
The French will win the parents fighting in the stand competition. I mean, I have to say,
but
Frank.
Really, Doug.
Frank,
if you look at what we watch, the last game that we watched France playing, you're gonna tell me that they're gonna win the World Cup? How come?
No.
Since
you're telling us
I
Brazil
don't see
are gonna
anything.
win it.
I don't see.
To be fair, Frank, if that comes off,
but France in final, come on.
If that comes off, Frank, you're going to look like a genius.
Well, yeah.
However, I'm betting. Well, my
take us through your picks.
So my picks are somewhat boring now after that.
I know, that's it. That's why I put Frank's up there. There you go.
Right.
Craig, you've got the US going through. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, double bluff. United States and England. I've gone Denmark. I've gone for Morocco to go through.
Right. Okay.
Because they're the second best team in Africa at the moment.
There we go.
Then I've gone for Spain to beat Morocco.
Okay.
Obviously Brazil to beat Uruguay. Netherlands to beat USA. Argentina
similar
to beat Denmark.
to what Don did as well. And Brazil, Argentina semi-final.
Brazil, Argentina semi.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I've got Germany to beat Belgium.
Oh, do you?
Wow.
No, I don't think Germany are great. I got Switzerland to beat Portugal because I think Switzerland are a very pragmatic side. We saw that in Morocco. I got England to beat Senegal and France to beat Mexico.
Okay, all right. So then semi-finals will be
Mexico.
Germany, France, semi-finals from that section.
Ooh, and then will it be
Jeez.
7-1?
I have got Brazil getting to the final, and even though Frank hates the French, I have France.
Oh no! And what does that remind us of? Which final?
Unfortunately, I tried my best to get Canada and Denmark to the final, but I couldn't find it. I was going through the graphic this morning, Frank. How am I going to get Canada and Denmark? I just couldn't. Don, is there any rationality, Frank?
And Dan, I just want to know, Dan, where you put Brazil and your lovely wife and France, my lovely country?
What? That's Craig. That's not mine. Here are mine, actually, which are very similar to everyone else's, actually, apart from yours, obviously, because yours.
This is definitely a
yours
slow
are
day
crazy.
today.
I got Qatar to
Iran?
Dutch. There we go.
What, you've got Qatar going through?
I think Qatar will go through.
Oh,
I think it's the host, isn't it? Blah blah blah.
You don't think United States are gonna go through?
There we go.
Poland over Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. Mexico are terrible. Spain, Belgium. Spain to go through. Brazil, Portugal, Brazil. The Dutch will beat Iran, and then Argentina will beat Denmark. It will be a Brazil-Argentina semi-final, which is the same as both Craig and Don. The other side, Croatia, Germany. I think Croatia will go.
Can't believe Qatar's gonna go through. I don't think Qatar goes through.
England and then France. France will beat England. Croatia will beat France. So that's semi-final once again, and then the final will be
Oh, you
France.
hate England now?
And the final will be France against Brazil. And Mrs. Thomas will be happy because it'll be revenge over 1998.
You've gone for the same as us. So you also could not find a way to get Canada. But I have some mitigating factors here, I have to say, before we move on.
Okay.
I actually think at least one of my dogs picked one of the brackets.
Right.
Because I was lying in bed this morning and there were 3 dogs lying on me.
Okay, that's
and
all
the
right.
producer was emailing me at 7 o'clock and I'm trying to fill this bracket in. There was pause and everything, so I could have been. Or maybe that was Frank's.
There we go.
Maybe it was Frank's.
Maybe. There we go then.
By the way,
That was it for the segment on a quiet day. There is our World Cup brackets. Thank you very much, Frank. At least Frank made it entertaining.
Add another adjustment layer. Just trying to find a way to.
God doesn't let me have my family back. My
The white.
mission in life is still to promote families.
He has challenges or struggles in his life right now that he needs to overcome. One of those challenges, arguably the biggest one, is Kim Kardashian. And he's recognizing that even if I have these huge challenges in my life that God has given me, I still need to overcome and do other good things. So even if I can't have a family, I need to help other people have a family. I need to build families even if I can't have one. Kind of like how Moses led people into the promised land, but he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land himself. That smite the rock is a biblical reference to Moses getting upset with Jesus.
Of the atrocities at that scale, at that time, on an entire people.
I was gonna say the number. That's the difference.
It's not the number.
Because 6.
Ooh, I like how Lex makes this personal. One of the challenging things that he's told me is that when he does interviews with people, if there's something big that comes up, he has to push back. And I was curious if he's actually gonna is he actually gonna do that, or is he gonna let Kanye just say whatever crazy shit? But it'll be interesting to see how he navigates this conversation.
The conversation with Ye, the legendary artist, producer, and designer formerly known as Kanye West, on this, the Lex Friedman podcast.
I need to show you my 2 tech companies and get your perspective on it. The thing is, okay, you're going to ask me different questions, but I'm about growing and building and bringing the idea to life. So when I see you, I say, oh, this guy understands how to hire engineers. Coming from Hollywood, coming from press, coming from media, all of the guys, that so many of the guys that have been like voices.
Okay, I'm gonna color in and see if this will work. This is gonna be interesting.
Product, and that's the reason why I was able to jump past everyone in the entertainment field and become, whatever the net worth is, 11 billion. I'm gonna stop putting the whole black thing on my worth. Like, let's just see where I am on the scale of life, because that's a cop out for me to say richest black guy of all time, because that's feeding into the same, trauma economy that Black Lives Matter feeds into. That's why I love and respect engineers. That's the only thing that we really need to teach in school is engineering. We don't need to teach history.
I don't know about that. You're crazy, bro.
It needs to only be engineering taught in school, and everything else needs to be recessed. Nothing that at all, any forced subjective information is just to weaken and indoctrinate our species. And that's what schools do now.
As an engineer, I love hearing you say that, but to push back.
Kanye, bruv, the only reason anybody knows who you are is because of art. Mate, nobody gives a fuck about your engineering. Like,
yeah.
I don't know enough about shoes to say. I'm going to take a random guess here. I'm going to take a random stab in the dark. And I'm going to say Yeezys probably didn't sell as well as they did because they were a good shoe. They probably sold as well as they did because they had Kanye's name attached to them. Like,
yep.
History is not the interpretation of history might be subjective, but history has some facts, and they're useful to give a grounding to the way you do engineering.
I don't 100% believe in anything, any concept of the future or any concept of history, because history was just written by the victors.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
So
no, that's
if
not
I
right.
see stuff happen.
Don't ever. This is one thing that I used to repeat a lot, and I got so many history fucking grad students and shit, they would email me and be like, "Don't ever say this. It's not true. History is not written by the victors. History is written by historians that do a ton of work." Digging through archives, figuring out who said what, who meant what, blah, blah, blah. Like, history is written by historians, like, not by the victors. And the concept doesn't even make sense. Like, if you literally look at, like, types of history that we talk about, right? Like, history is written by the victors. Well, the United States won all the wars, so I guess there's nothing bad published about the U.S.? Like, what does that even mean? The statement is, like, it's one of those kind of edgy things that you hear, like, in high school that's, like, kind of cool. Like, yeah, history is only written by the victors. But, like, if you think about it for one, like, 2 seconds, like, okay, no, that's not actually true, right?
On the day that later that day is reported.
Let me see if this works faster if I just do it this way.
1,000 years ago.
Nope,
and
it's
why
not.
would we argue about something that's not in the now? Because that's the only thing that everyone can agree upon is that it is now, right now.
Yeah, well, you try not to make the mistakes of the past. That's the usefulness of history, the limited usefulness of history.
The biggest mistake from the past that we keep making is looking at the past.
Too much. Giving too much value to the past.
Too much value to the past. We are now. We are now. We are here. We are one species. We are one race. We're here. And it's time.
I hope this works because I'm spending a lot of time on this.
You have Elon as a leader, Ye as a leader, and we're the top leaders. We're more influential than the presidents.
So you're a human being with engineering challenges before you, with a STEM player, with Parlor. What's the hardest thing in front of you on the engineering front?
That's the first sentence
Come
that
on,
any
man.
of our species needs to hear when they're born. You are a human being with engineering challenges, and I consider challenges to be opportunities in front of you.
Yeah.
Literally, like, let me see a piece of paper. I need to write that down. That's the beginning
That's a good line.
of our new species constitution. You are
Maya Higa.
with engineering
opportunities or challenges?
Opportunities. I'm sorry, I don't spell as good as John Legend. Opportunities before you. I like the before because it can mean forward or before you. This right here, I've always said I'm the top 5 writer in human existence, but this right here is pushing me to like number 4, number 3.
This guy.
Because who would you say is the top? It's top writer in human existence. We know who it is.
That's subjective. Who's that?
It's factual though.
Who's that?
It's like who's the top person in tech history?
He's gonna say Elon.
It's not subjective.
Wow.
There's a non-subjective answer to both of those. Both of those people have influenced 30% of our existence.
So the influence is the main metric of.
Okay, let's see if this works.
30% of our language the English language was written by them. The other person, 30% of the products we use was led by them. So
30% of our language was written by Shakespeare.
And who's
and then the product.
Look.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good job.
You put Steve above like Elon's of the world? Because Steve is a designer, he's a designer and engineer, but he's a designer. He's a visionary in the design.
Hard light might work actually.
I would lean to him because I'm not an engineer, right? So I'm more like.
Then you're an engineer. If Steve is an engineer, you're an engineer, essentially.
He's a cultural engineer. Like the people who run the emotions of the world and run the world off of people's emotions right now are social engineers. And social engineering is so important. Like city design. There's a fancier word for that.
Civil engineering.
But I was in Oxnard last night to see Anthony Jeselnik, and I gotta find out what his opening joke was because I'm doing interviews and I'm thinking I'm funny, and I like that he just kept on saying 20-year anniversary. I've been doing this for 20 years, and his opening joke was so high level. I realized that I wasn't funny. I realized that this dude is a professional at what he does. And so many things are subjective. I always talk about this. It's like you know, people are arguing like, is Emily Ratajkowski the hottest, you know, person? And I'm like, that's such a subjective thing. But like, if you go and shoot 3-pointers with Steph Curry, it's not subjective, right? Or if you go and compare bank accounts with Elon, it's not subjective. And another thing that's not subjective,
See if we play around with this.
What about it?
What?
dick size. It's not subjective. You can measure.
What?
But porn is more about more than just dick size, and greatness is more than the size of the bank account, right? So there's a
But
subjective.
greatness
element.
is subjective, though.
Right.
What is it?
So you do.
Bruh, Kanye is all over the place.
You care about the stuff.
He is all over the place.
That's objective or subjective more. Because greatness to me is what matters. The bank account comes and goes. The impact on our society, like you said, social engineering, the impact on the collective intelligence of our species, that what permeates throughout the rest of the time.
I like what you said. The impact.
This is like
He's
it's
just
like
writing
Vosh
shit
to, like,
down.
discover what arbitrary means. It's like, oh, arbitrary.
It's crazy.
I know what arbitrary is. Everything, everything is arbitrary.
I'm taking notes. How did you? What'd you say? The impact
on the
of
collective intelligence of our species. When Ye is writing down the words that came out of my dumb mouth, I have made it in life.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of people that have kind of like sat through. I wanted to wear a different color hoodie because I was just tired of seeing this hoodie in all the interviews. And there's a lot of kids that are with me. They see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they had to sit through all of the muck of all the previous interviews to get to this. Every interview has been just an emotional. It's just like been an argument up to this point. This is the first of. This is the next frontier of where our species is gonna head. It starts here. It starts with you, Lex.
So this is the first time I heard you say the word engineering at least so many times, which I love hearing. So this is where you're at. You're like that newborn. You're a being with engineering opportunities.
Yeah. And we're all a newborn, because in Christianity we say born again. We're all newborns. And everyone shall, I don't like the word can. Shall, the only thing about shall is like, it kind of dictates, and can kind of lets people off the hook. So I haven't found the perfect post-Shakespeare and post-Steve Jobs and post-Elon and post-Ye and post-Drake way to communicate this. But we update, and we do. And what the current media structure,
Command G.
there's nothing actually holding us back because I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Like, they could have killed me at, George Bush don't care about black people. They could have killed me at Beyonce had the best video, but we're here now.
They could have.
So we just keep on leaning and leaning and leaning. And there's these things where I just think about, there'll be times when I'm at war.
Here we go. It's not too bad.
Every now and then when the bombs stop going off and all the headlines and the smearing and all that stuff going off, I think about my family, and I'll think about Kim, and I'll think about how
Cringe.
King Koopa has
I
her in
guess.
castle right now, and just on
His obsession
Mario
with like
Brothers,
his,
you know how it is. It's
like I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about the story of like Kanye West and Kim Kardashian or whatever. I truly don't. I don't. Keep
He's
up with them or whatever.
obsessed, and it's
Sounds
really
just the way that
weird.
I hear him talk about her so much. It sounds like that's like a breakup that he really didn't want to happen, and he's like really jealous and upset about the other dude. I guess that's with her now. That's what it feels like to me. But I don't know any of like the history or anything. But like, geez, he sounds like super upset about everything that happened with that.
Go for the princess, and you get to this level, and it's like, dur, 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 dur. I'm like, I
Yeah.
sung the song wrong, right? And then they take the princess again.
Which one are you, Mario?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing, the thing you love the most about Kim? From a
Oh,
perspective?
why? This is cringe.
Looking back, was there a moment?
She's definitely my favorite of all time.
Yeah. Was there a moment that you know, like that catches you off guard and you say, I love this human being?
He's talking about Kim right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish she didn't do
mean,
that.
It's just the DNA is like she's a mix of Rob and Chris.
Can you explain?
I mean, that's like a really high pool right there. Those are like two geniuses.
Are Rob and Chris? Is that like our parents?
Okay.
Rob and Chris
so, like,
Kardashian?
the entire of history of
Think so.
evolution of the human species created this DNA that created this being. There's a life there. There's a set of memories in the history that brought you together, and you're like, damn, I like this DNA.
Yeah. And so certain people have just like high DNA. Ivanka Trump has high DNA. You know, it's like
I guess. Oh man, he has so many cringe takes.
I think we've seen that. It's been proven. I mean, but look at my mom and look at my dad. You know, me and my dad have a water purification center in the DR right now, and my dad is the original Steve Jobs, and he was blocked by people around him, and people were using him and taking advantage.
It's such a weird, like, if we feel like like a meta level, so meta level conversation would be like talking about Kanye West talking about this, and then like the meta level conversation would be talking about a black man talking about this. It feels so weird, and I understand that he speaks in like either half metaphors or half he's just lost at sea. He doesn't know what he's saying. But for like the descendant of a slave in the United States of America to, in however many generations, become one of the richest people in the world, and then to say, well, look, you can tell I made it here because of how good my DNA is. I feel like that's the ultimate, that's like the worst answer you could ever give. It's like, no. That's
It's really
the worst
weird.
answer you could ever give. But it's an interesting, I shouldn't even say it's interesting. It's like, it's such a,
Strange.
about a lot, you know?
And you know, not believing in his vision. He's my dad's.
But I think, by the way, I'm sorry, like that to me is empowering, and that's a good thing. I like that message, right? Obviously, I guess as a liberal or whatever, but like the idea of like having shitty DNA and overcoming
Okay.
it, or that DNA.
I think I know how to
isn't
fix
as the
this. I think we
decisions you
got
make,
this.
I think
Add
is
another adjustment
more
layer,
useful
right?
than
We're gonna do black and
concepts of, like,
white.
being an American, that like our identity is forged by
We're
our actions,
gonna.
not by our ancestors. And the American project and the American identity is like a shared kind of cultural construct. It's not like a DNA or an ethnic background that we share. You could argue, no, not you could argue, but it's like that's like the idea behind like the Metal Gear Solid 1 game, right? That like
Hey!
gene brother, you know,
Hey!
overcomes the superior gene brother,
Hey!
decisions, et cetera, et cetera. Like,
What are
I
the
feel like it's
chances?
more empowering than just like, oh, I had better DNA, you know.
Educated version of Ye.
What'd you learn about life from your dad?
And my dad got girls too.
But those are small details.
That's a big detail, being that I found my dad's, you know, Playboy when I was 5 years old. It greatly affected my motivation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's part of the engine that drives Ye.
Absolutely. I remember when Pharrell was first in all the videos, and my girl was like, girls like Pharrell, and I was like, I want girls to like me too.
Funny that that's behind all the ambition, all the drive.
It's how we make people. It's how people are made.
It's the desire to be loved. Is that at the individual level, just being noticed, and also at the societal level at scale?
Well, now I've gone.
Didn't work
past,
as
I'm
well
like
as I
at the
planned.
place where Nikola Tesla was later into his career, where it wasn't about being loved, it wasn't about sitting at the dinner parties next to Anna Wintour and stuff. It was about getting the idea across. So I have these cells that are very, and I just keep on saying Ridley Scott, but Ridley Scott has a special.
I think it'd be a good interview. Should look into it. I shot out the email to DSP. We'll see if he responds.
Anointing. It isn't just sci-fi what he's doing. There's something in there, just like George Lucas. There's something different that's there.
Is there a quicker way to do this transfer?
So,
probably not.
What are you drawing?
I'm drawing these new living cells that we will exist in.
Dude, he's like fucking
this is
constantly
over-
high or some shit. He's
I don't like talking about
wild.
money because like man-made money anyway is like 4 quadrillion respected dollars, and then you have other forms of currency. Of course, social currency is super important right now, but this is a drawing, and it's at a pretty good place now. This be 40,000 square feet. I want to start just talking in meters. I just think we should go to anything to restore the Tower of Basel, like they said when the.
What?
I'm just draw a person here for scale.
Yeah, that would help.
Okay.
He's so unhinged, man.
Is Kanye mentally unwell? I think a little bit, but I think more than anything, it's not. The thing is, I've said this before, is that like he needs an interpreter, but what he really needs is he needs somebody to work as a sounding board to like hash out and solidify all of his ideas. He's like, like I would actually say Kanye is in some ways, he's kind of comparable to Lav, and that like it's pretty clear that he's going through like a huge transitionary period, and he's got a lot of ideas like floating around in his head, but he doesn't have anybody good to like hash those ideas out with to really solidify something. But I think it's because he's got a bombastic attitude. I think it's probably because he gets really turned off from pushback. That's what it seems to be the case, at least going by like his interview with Sway and stuff. He just needs somebody that he can like sit and talk to like without judgment to kind of like hash out and work through and like really organize the ideas in his head. But I don't know if he's ever going to do that, because he seems like pretty resistant to feedback, and also because a lot of the people that do give him feedback seem to just want to call him like racist, Nazi, etc., like over and over again. So it's probably hard for him to even find people to do that.
All right, so
wait, the dot is the person?
Yeah, I'm saying it's 40,000 square feet, but that would be like
what are the other parts of the cell?
Okay, so it's a screen. It doesn't go all the way to the top, and it's one hole for light, but the water and the light and air all come in from the top. So it's like the mouth, and then this is the belly button.
Do you think people's obsession with him and his meds are weird? I don't take my meds and my life is fine. It feels backhanded. The problem is that his thought process is very disorganized, and he very much right now exists outside of kind of what is the acceptable cultural conversation. So when you have somebody that's saying something outside of what is accepted culturally to say, like we're not really allowed to talk about like Jewish people being like blah blah blah, because everybody like it's obviously like, oh, anti-Semitism, they go freak out about it. So when you've got that, and then you've also got that he obviously is a little bit like mentally off his rocker, it's easy to just want to like blame everything on that so that you can avoid actually engaging with any of the challenging conversations that somebody like him I think probably would like to be having, right?
We're God's iPhone. We're his greatest creation.
So this is all connected? These are all connected?
Yes, I'm drawing how these other cells go next to each other.
What's the vision here?
Happiness. Did we talk about like what's the motivation? Like, yeah, there's a motivation somewhere in the back of my mind of my family. And if it's like where Moses smite the rock and God didn't allow him to get to the promised land.
Excuse me?
Because the promised land is family. That is the promise. That is earth. I mean, that is heaven on earth is family. Family is heaven. That's the promised land. And for your family.
What are his main points and ideas that we get a challenge? I'm struggling to see his point with a lot of what he says. I could try to point it out more, but usually whenever he's saying something that's like kind of crazy, there's usually like a reason or at least you can kind of see where it's coming from. No, maybe not. I feel like I can see where most of his stuff is coming from. He's just like phrasing it like generally in like the worst way. He's just, I can try to, or I don't know how much, I don't want to be like the Kanye interpreter for like everything he says. All right, it's a lot to go through, but.
To be together. So say I smite the rock and God doesn't let me have my family back. My mission in life is still to promote
This actually might work. Holy shit.
At all costs and make families' existence easier. So you take this thing, you put a localized farm, say if it's in a community, that we do localized growing, and then we partner with Big Pharma and say, hey, you're actually going to make more money by making better food. Because at the end of the day, you want money right now. It's like everyone knows that between the pesticides.
Smite the rock equals fall off path? No, when he says smite the rock, He's referring to, so he has challenges or struggles in his life right now that he needs to overcome. One of those challenges, arguably the biggest one, is Kim Kardashian. And he's recognizing that even if I have these huge challenges in my life that God has given me, I still need to overcome and do other good things. So even if I can't have a family, I need to help other people have a family. I need to build families even if I can't have one. Kind of like how Moses led people into the promised land, but he wasn't allowed to go into the promised land himself. That smite the rock is a biblical reference to Moses getting upset with Jesus and hitting a rock twice instead of one time from manna. And God said, why did you hit it twice? I told you only to do it once. Like, you didn't trust me. So even though you led all these Jews to the promised land, you're not allowed in. And that was, I think that was the reason why Moses was kicked out. But this is like where Kanye's head is at. Is like, okay, well, I tried to smite the rock, and maybe now I'm not allowed to have Kim as my family, blah, blah. These are like does this make sense? They're all very disconnected, but like if you know where it's coming from, like I can understand like the pieces that he's putting together, but it's all like very, very, very disconnected. So you have to do a lot of work to know what he's referencing to get to like anything. Yeah. He hit it for water, not mana. Okay, maybe he hit it for water. I don't fucking know. Damn, Jesus. He and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock, and Moses said to them, listen, you rebels, must we bring you water out of this rock? Then Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff. Water gushed out, and the community and their livestock drank. But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, because you did not trust me enough to honor me as holy in the sight of the Israelites, you will not bring this community into the land I give them. And I think it's because he struck the rock twice, right? It's been a long time since I've read this. This is some Old Testament shit. Fucking numbers. Who cares about this book? I don't know. Take the staff, and you and your brothers Aaron gather the assembly together. Speak to that rock before their eyes. Oh no, he was supposed to speak to the rock, not strike it with his staff. Speak to that rock before their eyes, and it will pour out its water. You will bring water out of the rock and for the community, so they and their livestock can drink. That was the issue. Yeah. Then he hit the rock instead of. So this is the reference that Kanye's making. Sorry, but. Okay, hold on. This is what I don't like reading in chat. Destiny needs to finish the interview. Ye is clearly mentally unstable, just jumps from thought to thought and highly narcissistic. Okay, Ye might be a little mentally unstable, but he's not schizophrenic. He's not saying random shit. Every single thing he says, if you know his background and you know who he's talking to, you know where it's coming from. It's not random. Like, his mental illness is probably that he's bipolar. That'd be my guess. He has huge spurts of mania, and he probably has long spurts of depression. But he's not psychotic. He's not making shit up. He's not hallucinating. Like, he's lucid. He's very lucid. Everything he's saying makes sense. You just have to do a lot of legwork to understand it, because he's not very good at, like, coherently organizing their thoughts, basically. Just keep watching is all I'm saying. Okay.
And between the medical industry and especially America that we're keeping people sick. And we know that McDonald's makes food that kills people, and, you know, Coca-Cola selling, you know, sugar water and all this. Like, just in case I haven't pissed off enough people in power.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
You're going to piss off the sugar, anybody that's powered on sugar. Yeah.
Sugar, What's the Health was actually a document on sugar. It wasn't about how bad meat was. It was like a reverse documentary on sugar. I don't know if you call it a reverse, like a.
Hold on. Someone donated $10. If you have a mind that is able to interpret in real time complex ideas, you can understand Kanye. If someone constantly speaks in catchphrases or talking points, they will never understand him. No. You have to do a lot of work to understand Kanye. It's not fair to say like, oh, if you don't get it, you're just dumb. You have to put in a lot of work to understand what he's saying, because he is relatively incoherent. But he's not psychotic, right? Psychosis and incoherence are two totally different things. Incoherent just means he hasn't found a good way to like put his ideas or words together. Psychotic means he's seeing or hearing things that aren't there, and he's delusional. He's not delusional. He's not psychotic. He's just pretty incoherent.
But if you watch it again, when they show sugar in it, it's just the sugar looks super clean.
Super clean.
As I state these things, I know I have protection. If
I have to add another hue to this just so I can change the color a little bit. Because I don't like that. It needs to be more blonde.
Right, that it's kids that are going to save the world through engineering and through facts. And I've got to download as much of the information and as
all right,
much
properties
don't be afraid
into
to
the
state
hue.
is the biggest thing, because the world is being ran by fear. And that is, no, actually God runs the world, but there's just like little cloud, this patina of our ego that deals with the money and the car and the girl we're
Okay.
dating and all this, and the clothes we wear and spending too much on clothes and a lot of stuff that I've been involved with promoting. So now what I'm promoting is, you have the idea, you say it out loud, like if you had Tourette's, say your truth out loud. If you hate Ye, you hate me, say that out loud. Say whatever you feel out loud. Like you say it.
Hold on. You should read the DSM before you play the diagnosis game, to be honest. Maxtopia, tell me what I just said that I was wrong,
Okay.
okay? And I'll change it, or if you can't think of anything, you're getting permaban. Good luck. We're all waiting for you in DGG chat. Okay, give me a sec, he says. You're acting like imposter right now, okay?
Non-violently, you know, non-violent. I have to say that, like, as you know, as a shout out to Alex Jones, you know, and Trump, where they
Shout out
say
to
that when they
Alex
say their
Jones.
truths out loud, that it's inciting violence. So let's be like really clear. I'm saying that they have criminalized free thought. I hate when people use they, like they gets the blame for everything, right? It's always they.
Yeah.
Oh, who the fuck is they exactly?
Problem is they is us.
Yeah. Well, I love that. What we need to do is turn I to we. So we take the responsibility and turn they to us. So we take accountability to us. I to we, and they to us. And that relates, it's a language at the same time. You're seeing the language of our surroundings. You're seeing the language of, one of the things, okay, let's go back to the cell explanation, because I'm also doing what's that thing when Elon just put all the information in the open and people could figure out if they could figure it out, and open source?
Yeah, open source.
So I'm open sourcing this idea right now so that, you know, engineers and anointed people, beings, anointed beings can collectively contribute.
What happens if I
to
put it
this
up here?
to push our species forward? So where I've got to with my research is that there will be a hole at the top that allows natural light, natural air.
All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that because I do have to head to bed, but it's not too bad. It's not that bad.
That sounds a little
That's not
schizo.
It's regenerative. It's not wasting the water, and it's just a constant flow. So I put the toilet really close to where this I don't want to call it a wave pool, but in the pool the water is not still.
So that exists in water. Surrounded by water.
Well, the living room is you have two rooms. You have the dry room. Which
Oh my days, he's so schizo.
And then you have.
We're not schizo. I don't know. He's wacky, man.
How's that?
He's very wacky.
What is broken about our world today that gives you in terms of the pursuit of happiness, which is one of the things
all of our
in the previous Declaration of Independence.
All of our buildings are based on just.
Let's look at this.
The industry and the economy.
I think it's okay.
People lean into what people are used to seeing.
I should have probably taken another picture where my face is leaning forward a little bit more, and it would have matched a little better.
Women who give life, so everyone wants to be attractive.
But I think for now, this might not be terrible.
The media go.
It's okay.
You know, Bella Hadid, Kim Kardashian, Emily Ratajkowski.
If anything, I'll save it. Let me sleep on it, and then we'll go into it more. Maybe another time. I'm not gonna need it until Saturday anyway. So, all right, boys. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. Yay! I'm gonna call it right here. And that's give or take how the thumbnail's gonna go. Oh, last thing I'm gonna do is obviously with the layers, I like to put the curves layer on top of this stuff. Lately I've been liking to do it. I've liked doing saturation too. But let's play with the curves a little. Usually I just like to make the colors pop out. And we do that by a little bit of this lower end. Usually the S curve works really well. But yeah, it's too much. I don't mind a color burn too much. Yeah, it's not terrible. It just helps make it stand out a little bit more when you're looking at the thumbnails and shit. Let's bring this up a little. It's a little flat again. So we'll bring back some of the color. There we go. Not too shabby. I kind of like it. It does pop out a bit. But I'm going to sleep on it, like I said. That's usually how I make the thumbnails. It's pretty, it's not easy. It's tedious work. But not my best work either. It has been a while since I made a thumbnail. But yeah, give or take, that's the work process. That's how I go about it. I kind of experiment along the way and try to figure it out as I go, using the tools I know how to use. There's probably a better way to go about the mustache, the beard hair, and making it white. It's just a matter of, oh, excuse me, just a matter of I gotta think on it. Maybe there's something I can do. I don't know. Maybe I can mess with the blend options a little more. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe there's just like a select tool I can do. But I'll actually look into it. I'll look into it and then I'll come back and I'll get that done. And then we'll maybe talk about it in the next art stream. If I set a reminder, if you guys remind me and you watch this. But yeah, so Metal Gear Solid 4 thumbnail right there, all done for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And hopefully you enjoyed this a little bit. 2.5 hours to do 2 thumbnails pretty much. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. And we did get distracted for a bit, so. But yeah, guys, that was your art stream, your little art tutorial. Hopefully you enjoyed it.